Hello, hello, hello. I feel a lot more of a ragamuffin than I look. I went and threw myself together. I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off all night long. It's been absolutely insane. So I put on this dress and I was like, I have to look nice. I can't just stream in my pajamas because I just need to feel like a person. How are you, Alex? How are you, Michael? I hope you guys can hear me. I tested this. Hey, Breeze, how are you? I tested the sound on Anders' account and I could hear music. So I hope that means you guys can hear my, okay, fantastic. Between Charlotte and Ander has been here, which has been really helpful, but between Charlotte and putting baby girl to bed and getting Charlotte her antibiotics and her meds and allergy meds and all that stuff, it's finals week. Oh yeah, I do feel for you. I am sorry. Lots of grading. Yep, I remember those days from my dad. I remember seeing him he would just commandeer the whole dining room table. We had a pretty big dining room table, and I just remember it being covered in papers. But I will say, my dad kind of brought it on himself because his final was to write a 10-minute play. So he had stacks of paper because they had all printed out these scripts. That was on him. Towels can't tell jokes. They have a dry sense of humor. That's a good one. Question. Do towels get dirty? Really? When you towel yourself off after you take a shower? I've never quite understood how that works. I mean, I guess they do get dirty because having water constantly drying on something. Oh, do I not have eyebrows on here? I should have eyebrows on here. Did I forget eyebrows on here? Oh, maybe I did. Oh, beans. Well, darn. You know what? I can add it really quick. Hold on. They gave her amoxicillin. Let's see. And this morning, I was kind of annoyed because, oh, would you look at that? There are your eyebrows. That's what will pop up. The leading cause of dry skin? Towels. That's also a good one. But I need the fan. It is hot in here. So they gave her amoxicillin, and we started it last night. They only had half her prescription. She got 2 little half bottles, so they only had 1 little bottle. So we got her started on it last night, and she took it, and she was so sick yesterday. I was really worried. I'm actually surprised they didn't send her to the hospital. Her fever was 104. She was a limp noodle at the doctor's office, and everybody that saw her was like, oh, she looks like she's miserable. She was burning up, and the doctor was even like, that's a high fever. I was convinced it was the flu. It's not the flu. She has a bacterial infection. So they put her on amoxicillin. She took her first dose last night, and she was definitely better by this morning. But then I gave her dose this morning, and she spit it out because she said it tasted gross. She probably drank a quarter of it. I will not lie. I did lose my temper because I was like, Charlotte, if you don't I don't yell, but I make it a point to not yell at my children. But I was like, Charlotte, if you do not take these meds, you are going to the hospital. You have germs inside you. Your body can't fight on its own. That's why your fever got so high yesterday. You have to take this medicine. I don't care if it tastes like poop. You have to take it. But of course, at that point, we'd already, I didn't know how much she had, and I didn't know how much, how much had been left or whatever. I was so annoyed. And so I feel like her curve could have been higher today. Her feeling better could have been higher today, but she kind of only barely took a dose this morning. And so I don't think her recovery, that's the word I was looking for. I don't think her recovery was as good today because she kind of sort of missed that dose. So I called the doctor when they opened, and I was like, she spit probably more than half of it out. So, and they said, she'll be fine. Just make sure she takes her dose tonight. So I asked them if I could put it in a smoothie, and they said yes. And so I put it in a blueberry, strawberry, banana smoothie, and she drank it, and it was fine. So I was like, okay, well, we're just going to take this in a smoothie from now on. And we tried to give her an anti-nausea. She does have an anti-nausea because that was part of her problem. She was really nauseous. Every time she stood up, she was super nauseous. I could barely get her into the doctor's office yesterday. And so she was prescribed an anti-nausea within the last 6 months, but I don't remember why, but she was prescribed an anti-nausea. I think it was when we all had COVID, maybe? I don't remember. Anyway, and so we had some, and we gave some to her last night, which really helped, but she was so out of it last night. She didn't have a clue, like, what was going on. She was just drinking whatever we were giving her. Today we tried to give her some because we were like, we cannot have you vomiting up your medicine. And so she tried to take it, and she spit that out because she said, I felt like it was gonna make me throw up because it was so gross. And I was like, so help me, kid. Make sure she finishes it. It could come back if she doesn't. I know. I've had I've had infections before and had to take antibiotics for them. And yeah, you have to take it. She's got to take it for 10 days. And she was like, 10 days? School's going to be out by then. And I said, no, this is 10 days. That's school. You've still got a ways. Or you've still got a little bit of time. But I got you on my TV, and I never noticed how big and beautiful your eyes are. My eyes are huge. That's very kind of you. I have cartoon eyes. It's funny because Ander actually thinks my eyes are small. He says my eyes are small, but they are bright. But everybody else I talk to says I've got gigantic eyes. And he said, you don't have big eyes. You just have really bright eyes, and your eyes are big compared to the rest of your face. Like, you have a very petite face. And so your eyes, while they're not very big, Ander has big eyes. Ander has really giant eyes. But he said, your eyes just look really big because you have a little face. Whatever, man. I don't know. I'm also wearing kind of like a teal colored dress. And so sometimes, certain colors bring out eye colors, but I don't know. Anyway, that's very kind of you because I feel like I'm just kind of a walking cartoon character. I forgot to mention last stream. So this past Mother's Day sucked and it was terrible because I have this sick kid and I thought it was just the flu. I thought it was going to run its course. Turns out she has an infection. She's been getting worse. So Mother's Day was awful. She was really sick and everything. We had that water boil go into effect. And then, hey, Seven! Yeah, teal! Yay! I love teal. I have teal on my toenails right now. And actually, my favorite nail polish I own is this teal colored. It's this teal color that is apparently discontinued. So I don't know how I'm gonna like supplement. Anyway, so I forgot to mention this last time. Another reason this past weekend sucked was because I lost my wedding ring. I don't know what happened. I've had that wedding ring. Ander and I have been married for 13 years, almost 14 years. And I remember taking it off and putting it in my pocket of my leggings because I was taking a walk with baby girl pushing the stroller. And that's the same pocket I put my phone in. And I remember thinking to myself, don't put the ring in your pocket. Put it on the kitchen table. Because if it falls out of your pocket, when you pull your phone out, you're going to lose it. And I remember thinking, but if I put it on the kitchen table, it'll get lost and it'll fall. I don't know how it would get lost on the kitchen table. I don't know what I was thinking. Checking the lint trap. Problem is, I know where it was. And I didn't realize it was, of course I didn't remember. And I pulled my phone out mid-walk. I listened to a conference talk from the worldwide broadcasts the church puts on every 6 months. I listen to a conference talk, and then I switch over to whatever podcast I'm listening to. And so I pull my phone out like one time while I'm walking. So I didn't realize my ring was missing I didn't realize I hadn't like put my ring back on until probably around 8 o'clock that night. And I checked my pockets and I thought, oh no. So when I got home, I was driving home from the dollar store. I'm trying to do some spring cleaning. So dollar store is the place to go for containers. So I went and bought all these containers. I bought extra, all sorts of little different containers, sizes. I bought things to hang my broom and I bought like a Swiffer mop type thing, all sorts of things. So I was on my way home when I realized it wasn't on my finger. I checked my pockets, wasn't there. So when I got home, I canvassed the area where I knew I'd pulled my phone out, didn't find anything. And then I realized I'd been at Walmart for like an hour and a half earlier that day, and I'd been pulling my phone in and out of my pocket the whole time I was there because I was checking my shopping list and stuff. And I have tried calling, hey, it's Rachel! I did not get to hang out with Rachel today because Charlotte is sick, and I'm so sad because I really could have used like Anders here, but he's like half asleep, he's tired. And actually he bless him, he went out and sprayed. He used to work for a bug company, like a pesticide, what do they call those? Pest control. Wow. And so he does all our pest control. And so we actually cleaned off the whole patio and like pulled everything out so he could spray. We're getting wasps building houses and all sorts of things on our patio. So we were kind of in between that, but yeah, I was like, you don't want to be here. This is a sick house. And I mean, Charlotte's quarantined to her room, but like I'm back there every 10 minutes checking on her and everything. She does seem to be, she does seem to be better, but I was really sad I couldn't hang out with Rachel. I always love hanging out with Rachel. Rachel's a great person. So anyway, yeah, I lost my wedding ring, and I will be honest. I'm really glad. No, I'm just kidding. I will be honest. For about 2 years now, I wanted a different ring. About 2 years ago, I was like, it's just kind of time for a change. Like, I love this ring, but I'm not, I'm totally ready to get kind of a different look. And so I said that to Ander, and Ander was like, okay, whatever. We weren't in a financial position at that point. And then as the years passed, I just never felt like I was in a position to throw down money for a ring. And then when I bought a ring on Etsy a couple years ago because I had this vintage old ring that was my aunt's, and it got totally jacked up while I was on a trip to Utah. It was one of those freak accident things, and so the ring is totally, it's trashed, and I can't fix it. And so I bought one that looked similar on Etsy, and it was like $40, and I was like, why am I going to pay $400+ for some ring when I can buy a beautiful ring? And I get compliments on it all the time. So that's what I've been wearing as my wedding ring. Actually, I've just been wearing that, which consequently I'm not wearing right now because I was out doing yard work, but put it in a safe place. So yeah, that was another reason my weekend sucked. But I feel terrible because I held on to it for so long, and I probably could have sold it and gotten at least something out of it. And Ander wasn't hurt or anything. He was like, that's fine. You've had that ring for like 14 years or whatever. So I just feel really crappy about that. I've only worn a wedding ring intermittently. They can be dangerous in construction, and I haven't had it on for years. Yeah, my brother he wears his around his neck. He wears it on a necklace because he's a drummer and he's always holding, drumsticks and stuff, and it's not. But I can imagine that, yeah, working construction and stuff, no. You don't want to have anything that could potentially tear your finger off. The risks are already high. Ander has lost 3 wedding rings in the lake. Multiple different lakes. So yeah, I got him an expensive ring. I got him like a $500 ring, which was a lot of money for us when we very first got married. It was a tungsten ring that had a spinner in it. And it was like, oh, it was cool. And he loved it. And he lost it in a lake. Then he lost his second one in another lake. And then he lost his third one in a different lake. So, we just buy those silicone rings now that are like super popular, and those work really well because they're not as slippery, so they don't slip off his hands when his hands are wet. Yours is a spinner. See, you have good taste. Yeah, so Ander, whenever he used to say a prayer, like if we were praying over our food or like saying family prayers or whatever, I could hear him like spinning his ring, like as he was folding his arms praying, I could hear him spinning it. And then my favorite thing he did was if he was driving and he like turned the steering wheel, let's say he turned the steering wheel all the way over, right, to make a turn. And then as he brought his hand back and let the steering wheel come back into his hands, he would like loosen his hands and let the steering wheel spin his spinner. He loved it. And then he lost it. And I was like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not buying you another expensive ring though. And he was like, no, that's fine. So I think the second ring we got was a tungsten ring that was just a plain one that was cheaper. And then I was like, dude, this is not working. So we found the silicone rings. And size is calculated by eye to fatio. Wow. Eye to face ratio, not absolute size. I don't know. I have giant eyes. Yeah, he would let it go as the steering wheel came back. Oh, he loved it. He spun it all the time. He was really sad when he lost it. I was in esthetician school at the time, and he text messaged me and he said something bad happened. Okay, that is a terrible text message to send to anybody. So I stepped out really quick. I gave him a call and he didn't answer. I couldn't get a hold of that man for like, I don't know, 20 minutes. I kept texting him, what's wrong? What happened? I knew he'd been out on the lake. I thought he wrecked his boat. I thought his truck was at the bottom of the lake. I thought he was hurt. I thought there was something wrong. And then he sent me a text message one day at that point where he said, just remember, I always forgive you when you break things. And I was like, what did you break? I was horrified. I was so scared. And when I finally got him to pick up the phone, he was like, I lost my wedding ring in the lake. And at that point, I was so worried that something really serious had happened. It was almost kind of really smart the way he did it, actually, because I wasn't even mad. Because I was like, that's it? Oh gosh, Ander, I thought you'd like sunk your boat or sunk your truck or something. I thought you were hurt. I thought you'd lost a limb or something. Okay. That's okay. Like, that's fine. We hadn't even paid it off yet. So that was really frustrating to send off those payments each month, knowing it was at the bottom of like Utah Lake or something. Oh. But anyway, so yeah, I lost my wedding ring and I'm really sad about it. Yeah. Anyway, it just is what it is. Oh, I forgot. I have to go grab the Mother's Day book Charlotte wrote for me because I have to read you guys some answers because they are brilliant. So let me go grab that and then we'll move on to our tier list. Hold on. I thought I had it in here, but apparently not. You know, the reality is, my ring could turn up. It could be around here somewhere, but I don't think so. I think it's gone. And I actually have called Walmart. I haven't been able to leave the house because I've had a sick kid. So I haven't been able to like put Charlotte in the car, put Auden next to her, probably contagious, right? So I haven't left the house unless somebody comes here and like watches the girls for me. And I have called that Walmart like 5 times, to just check. I mean, who knows? Maybe it fell out of my pocket. Maybe somebody found it and turned it in. Probably not, but maybe. Stranger things have happened. And I cannot get a hold of anybody. They either pick up the phone and hang up on me or it just rings endlessly. Okay, this is a book Charlotte wrote me. It says, Mom, I love you to pieces. Love, Charlotte. I know that's backwards for you guys, but my favorite answers. She drew a portrait of me. Spitting image. The likeness. It's amazing. My mother's name is Susie. My mother is 36 years old. My mother likes to cross stitch. My mother's favorite food is frosted mini wheats. I eat frosted mini wheats all the time. They're like my go-to cereal because they're relatively healthy with like the fiber and all that stuff, and they're filling. So I could eat 6 bowls of Frosted Flakes and never actually feel fulfilled. But I can eat 1 bowl of Frosted Mini Wheats and I am full for a good long time. I love Frosted Mini Wheats. And I have been known to eat Frosted Mini Wheats for dinner many times. Like if Anders working late and like this past weekend when Charlotte was sick, yeah, I just had cereal for dinner. She knows. My mother likes to cook me Fruit Loops. Makes me seem like the mom of the year. Just FY all your eyes, I have never given my child cereal for dinner. I can promise that. I've given her breakfast for dinner, like pancakes, eggs, bacon, waffles. Never cereal. My mother's favorite color is blue. Okay, here's my favorite. My mother is 26 feet tall and weighs 22 pounds. Yes. All my dreams have come true. I am an aluminum pole, apparently. I love it when my mother double checks my homework. My mother is good at cross stitching. My mother and I like to color. My mother is great because she is nice. My mother always forgets to feed Stixel. Okay. I do feed Stixel. Just at odd times. I have a reminder on my Alexa that reminds me literally like every day. But I hear the reminder and then I end up putting her food out like 2 hours later. So I forget, but I don't at the same time. And then the last page is a heart. And it says, Mom, I will always have a piece of your heart because she is friends with everyone. That was very, very sweet. It's a sweet little Mother's Day gift. C prime. She's probably right if she measures you by her own feet. That's probably right. That's probably true. 26 C prime feet tall. 22 pounds. Woo! I hit my goal weight. That was very, very sweet. I actually haven't read the book with her because she's been so out of it. I want to have her like in a good position before I actually read that with her. So when I read that with her, I'm going to pretend I haven't read it at all. But, she also lost her other front tooth. And she lost it yesterday. And I was just laying down to take a nap after I'd put Auden down for a nap. And I was kind of like getting comfortable in bed and I happened to open my eyes and she was standing there and no, it wasn't yesterday. It was 2 days ago. And she was crying. Tears were streaming down her face and she was wiping her eyes and she looked miserable, poor thing. And I said, what happened? And she said, I pulled out my front tooth, but I lost it. And she just started sobbing. And I was like, oh, sweetheart. She couldn't even be excited about losing that tooth because she was so sick. So we found it. And she fell asleep. She fell asleep just watching, like we have a TV in her room right now. There isn't one normally, but she fell asleep while she was watching Netflix or something. And she did not have the tooth under her pillow, but the tooth fairy knows. Tooth fairy knows because the tooth fairy totally delivered last night. So anyway, okay, let's move on to our tier list. Let me slide on over here. Okay, so once again, we have a situation where I do not know all of these characters, but I feel like I know more of these characters than I do the girls. Like most of them look pretty familiar to me. I like how is Beetle always shirtless? I think he is. No, he's not always shirtless. I don't think he is. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Shad! I love Shad. Shad is great. Shad is super great. Okay. Well, I think to get started, I want to make sure you guys can see this list. Okay. I have a few people that are like legit, what are we looking at here? SS tier. Okay, so we have SS, S, A, B, C, D. Okay, I have a few that are absolutely SS and a few that are absolutely D. Tingle, all the Tingles are gonna be D tier for me. For me. This is Susie talking. Tingle. Is this Toto? Where did he go? Yeah. Who's that guy? Who's that freaking guy? I can't read the words. Fairies are D tier. Yes. This is a really awkward picture of the postman, but okay. Okay. Breath of the Wild Link is definitely SS tier. And oh, there was another one. Okay, let's keep in mind though that Link is literally a child. So it's kind of hard to like legitimately, oh, Sidon, that was it. Sidon. Sidon is definitely SS tier. My sparkly shark prince. Cass is also SS tier. I love Cass. Cass is fabulous. Here's a Tingle. Who's that? Tinkle? Ankle. What? Okay. I'm gonna put the Korok down on D tier because he's a Korok. At least for me. It's just me. Zora Link? Oh, what? Deku Link? Oh, I guess those are different. Those are all the same Link, though. Okay, Girahim is fabulous. Even though he's evil and even though he's bad, he is fabulous. Oh, my internet is sucking. Crap. Let me go see who's streaming what. Hold on. Give me just a second. I'll be right back. I think Ander might be watching something and Charlotte's streaming something. Let me double check. Hold on. Charlotte is streaming. Hey, it's J Hops. Charlotte is streaming. Ander is not. So who knows? I get some buffering from time to time. That happens with some regularity though. So I assumed it was just me. No, I think it was probably me. I apologize. I think I fixed the problem. Okay. I'm also streaming music. So, okay. So, okay. Like I was saying, Girahim is fabulous, but he's so evil. Wait a minute. David. That's right. There is like Tinkle, Ankle, all these Knuckle. Yeah, all these freaking Tingle different types. And then there's David. David Jr. That's right. Oh, I remember. Oh, Pippet. I really like Pippet. Pippet is S tier. I do like Pippet a lot. And what's his name? Okay, to me, that looks like it's Fleece, but I don't think it is Fleece. What's his name? I do agree with you. Renato is pretty high tier. Renato is quite high tier. I'm going to put Renato at S. He's not quite SS, but he is up there. I don't know who this Burn is. This Burn character. I do not know who this is, so I'm going to have to put them down here because I don't have a clue. Skull Kid, I don't like you. I'm highly annoyed with you, so I'm going to put you down at D as well. Where is Rivali? Is Rivali not on here? Because Rivali is great, but he's just so jealous. Poor guy. He just can't. Who is this fellow? Nico? I feel like this guy, and there was another one. This guy. I think those are pirates from Wind Waker. Am I wrong? Let's see. Okay, I'm looking at the Ganons. Hyrule Warriors, which I've never played, so I can't actually judge based on that. Ocarina of Time, Ganondorf. I say he gets a D. Twilight Princess Ganondorf. I feel like the design of Twilight Princess Ganondorf was probably some of the best they've had in the whole franchise. He was much more... I mean, I guess in Ocarina of Time, part of it was just, you know, the animation, but he just was... Try clicking on the gear. I think that allows you to add another row. Oh. Oh, it does. I think if you just add one to the... I think it just automatically adds it to D. Like Demise. Yeah, I'm not into you, Demise. Sorry. Beetle. 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 You know what? Dark Link. You're gonna be an S. We girls like the bad boys, right? Tall, dark, and handsome. Twilight Princess Link is SS tier. Hands down. He is great. And I would say Skyward Sword Link. Where did he go? There he is. I'd say he's S. Not quite SS. But he's up there. Twilight Princess, though, for sure. For sure. Okay. Groose! Ooh. Groose is like... Groose is like... Yeah, he can stay there. He's like C. He's not terrible, but he's not great either. Rabio. I don't want to... Okay, since I know who is under the hood, under that bunny hood, he's going up here. I don't want to spoil that for anybody else, though. Oh, so I can create a row of people I don't know. That is a good idea. That is a good idea. Okay, how do I, can I just change it? I don't know you. There. Will that stay that way? Okay. I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know. Oh, Russell. Russell is definitely S tier. Russell's a stand-up guy. I don't know you. I don't know. Oh, yes, I do know you. I don't know you. I don't know Evan. Who the fruit is Evan? What? Oh, wow. Is there anybody else I don't know? Okay, Link Spirit Tracks. Since I've never played Spirit Tracks, I can't actually say. Oh, Milo, whatever, you're D, dude. You are. Oh, Shad. Shad is SS tier. Absolutely. I love Shad. The butler is in Majora's Mask, and you follow him through a maze. I don't recognize. Oh, I do kind of. Okay. I feel like Wind Waker Ganondorf would be a very tender lover. Would he though? Ganon, you're a beast. So you're going in D tier for me anyway. It's really hard with these links because they are children. Okay, Link Hyrule Warriors is super pretty. But I've never actually played Hyrule Warriors. Wow, I haven't. So I'm putting him in I don't know you, even though I do know him. I can't give an honest opinion because I have not played the game. Same with the Hyrule Warriors Ganondorf. Vati. Oh, there's Rivali. Rivali's gonna be like... Rivali's like on the same level as Groose, right? Like they're... Deep down, they're good guys, but they're just obnoxious and they have bad habits and they're just They got issues. They've got issues. I'm going to say Beetle is also C, not because he's got issues. I'm sure Beetle is very, very kind. He's not my type, but he's a step above those annoying too, I guess. I don't know who these guys are. I imagine they are, oh, I don't know who you are. I don't know you. I don't know who these guys are. I'm assuming they are pirates from Wind Waker, but because you literally interact with the pirates like for 10 minutes from what I remember, I can't honestly give any sort of. Yeto, I'm gonna put in D. Not that he is not a cool guy, because he is a cool guy. C is like the meh supporting characters. Yeah, it's like, I mean, like I liked them in the game, but they would be really obnoxious in real life. I'm gonna put Onox down on, on D, because it's really hard to be like, yeah, he's totally husband material when they're so bad. They're so evil. They're literally trying to kill everybody and everything and like ruin the world. I feel like this picture of the postman makes me really uncomfortable. I'm gonna have to put the postman in D too. Although the postman in Twilight Princess is great. He seems like he would be a very loving, you know what? Twilight Princess postman. That's what I'm gonna choose this guy is. He's gonna be like Beetle. He seems like he would be a really nice guy. Zant is out of his mind. Crazy. D tier for sure. Vati. Oh, where did Vati come in? Who is Vati? Vati's from Minish Cap? Is that right? Because Yuga is from Link Between Worlds, right? Yes, Yuga. You go on D tier. Teba? Teba, I would say Teba's probably like up here. A tier. I liked Teba. Mikau? Mikau can sing me to sleep every night. I'm gonna say Mikau probably is gonna... I'm gonna put Mikau on C. Because you really don't talk to Mikau much. Vati is also in Four Swords. He's the bad guy in the Minish Cap and most of the other Game Boy Zeldas. That's what I thought. It's been a long time since I've played Minish Cap, but I thought... Because I was like, well, he's definitely not the bad guy from Link Between Worlds. Poe Collector. Nope. Gonna be a D tier for me. Bunobu. You're a stand-up guy. You're gonna be A tier. Also, where is he? Daruk? Is that his name? Yeah. He's a stand-up guy too. He's gonna be an A tier. He seems like he would be a very good husband to a lovely Goron-esque lady someday. What is his name? It's not Fleece. It's not, but that's what it looks like. I don't know what it is. Is it Fleece? I can't tell what it is. Aegis. I don't know who you are. So I don't know you. I don't know you. Fierce Deity. I also don't know who you are, but hey. I don't know who you are. So that's where you're gonna go, but you're kind of giving me Sephiroth vibes. And Sephiroth is a good-looking guy. He's a good-looking guy. He's bad to the bone, but you cannot deny that he is an attractive guy. Okay. Wind Waker Dwarf? Twilight Princess Dwarf. Oh, did I not vote him? I'm going to put him in B. Wind Waker, I'm going to put in C. I'm annoyed that they have Goron Link, Deku Link, Zora Link, because they're all the same Link from Majora's Mask, right? I mean, right? I've never played Four Swords. By the way, there will be an ad in like 2 minutes, but it'll only be 60 seconds long. Girahim is so evil, but he is just fabulous. I feel like Girahim would make a really great lover. I'm gonna put him in A. Oh, Girahim. He's fabulous. I don't remember much about Vati, to be honest. I don't remember much about Vati. I don't remember much about Quill. Or Kamali. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Is that Darunia? Darunia is like C. I wish they, you know, if I am being honest, I feel like I would have chosen different people. I definitely would have chosen different people. This was a good list, but I feel like they're missing some that I would have added, and they added some that I would not have. Let's see. Link Majora's Mask is a child. Link Minish Cap is also a child. Link to the Past. Okay, Link to the Past. SS tier. I love Link to the Past. Link LBW. Wait, LBW. Is that LBW? Link Between Worlds. Okay. I mean, he seems much younger in Link Between Worlds, even though it's technically... I don't know. I'm gonna... Since I don't remember much about Kamali or Quill, I'm gonna put them in the I don't know you because I legitimately cannot remember a single thing about them. All I know is they're from Wind Waker. That's it. That's all I know. That's all she wrote. Vati, I don't remember anything about him either, so I don't feel like I can actually... Who is this Rachel? No, Ralph? Ralph. I don't know who that is. I also don't know who this is. Who's that? Tolio? Tijo! I can't read those words! Wait. Yeah, Ralph. Whoever Ralph is. I don't know who Ralph is. I'm gonna put Ralph here. Tijo? Tijo? That name sounds really familiar. Who is Tijo? Link Wind Waker is also a child. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Child. Yeah. This is also a child. This is also a child. This is a child. Link LA. Wait. Where's Minish Cap? You know what? Ocarina of Time? SS. When he gets older? Yeah, I would say SS. That's the Zora Band drummer. Why would they not put the rest of the Zora Band? Questions. Fleece. Okay, he's like B. Because I remember... Fledge! That's his name! I was like, his name is not Fleece, but I couldn't see! I mean, I appreciate the person who put all this work into these pictures and the words, but for the love, from where I'm sitting, I could not make... His name is Fledge. That's right. He is absolutely B tier. Fledge is a sweetheart. He's great. He is great. Oh, Link's Awakening. That is right. Who are you? Cafe. I don't know. I don't know you. Goron Link is technically the same as Majora's Mask. He's a child. Who is this? Japas? Who the heck is that? I don't know who that is. Link I cannot see these words. Link AOL. What is AOL? Link. Okay, Minish Cap, also a child. Tijo, drummer, gonna be a pass. Okay, I don't know who you are. Unless you are also in the band. Is the guy with the yellow mask in Majora's Mask? There are a few plots he's involved in. Wait, the guy with the yellow mask? You mean the kid with the fox mask? Because that definitely does not look like the kid with the fox mask. Wow, that's like a man, pecs and all. The yellow mask. Okay, Link's Awakening is also a child, probably. I mean, he always is. No, S tier. Oh, that's the Game Boy ones. That's gonna be S tier as well. The Game Boy ones have a very special place, whoa, in my heart. That's a man, baby. I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, that is a man. That is not a child. Link, L-O-E. Legend of Zelda. Oh, so like original Link. Well, since I've never actually played that game, Link Between Worlds is a child, pretty much. Like when you play the game, the same sound effects he makes in like Ocarina of Time, his little boy yell whenever he falls or whatever, they play in that as well. So he may look a little older, but he's definitely a child. AOL. I don't know who that is. Link. Yeah, he spends most of the game with the mask on. But wait a minute, he's a child though. That is not the same person. Link, that's what I was thinking. Online, America Online. No Wand of Gamelon Link. What is Wand of Gamelon again? She's going to do that side quest. I'll make sure of it. Okay. Speaking of side quests, I don't know where this link goes. I'm gonna say I don't know you because I honestly cannot think of what AOL is other than America Online. So speaking of side quests, yesterday when I took Charlotte to the doctor, we were a walk-in. They didn't have any appointments. We were a walk-in. So we waited in our car in the parking lot for an hour. So I brought my Switch with me and I was going to start a new game. I was going to start Eastward. I've been planning to start that, but I realized I didn't have it downloaded. I didn't have Wi-Fi, and the only game I could play was Majora's Mask. So I did the Deku Scrub quest because you guys have already put it. Oh, Adventure of Link. That makes sense. Well, then he's exactly where he belongs because I did not play that game. Oh, you guys can't see the whole thing. Hold on. There we go. So I did the Deku Scrub quest, and then I just kind of ran around and talked to people because I didn't necessarily want to get started. I mean, I was legitimately trying to start a quest. I was like, well, maybe I can start something on my own. I was gonna say, aren't they the same thing? I guess they're portrayed slightly differently. I don't know. So I kind of ran around and I talked to a bunch of people, and two very interesting things happened. Two very interesting things happened. First of all, I happened to be I was trying to teach the Rosa sisters the dance. I was trying to teach them, and they wouldn't talk to me. They were in the inn and they were talking to themselves about some new something or other, and they wouldn't talk to me. I was also not given the opportunity to dance, so I was sad about that. It just wouldn't let me. I tried doing it while they were out like dancing at night, and they were just, don't bother us. Anyway, so I was in the inn and the mailman came in. So I decided to talk to the mailman while he was talking to Anyu. And there was this little cut scene where he gave her a letter, and she was like, oh my gosh, where did you get this letter? And he was like, from the post box. And she said, which post box? And he said, it's a secret. And she said, I need to know where you got this letter. And he said, from the post box. Which post box? It's a secret. He would not tell her which postbox he got the letter from. And then he just like walked away. And when I went to talk to Anu, she just basically was like, she just said, are you staying the night? And I said, no. I also went to the Stockpot Inn the very first morning right after I reset time, and I couldn't get a reservation. So as I was like wandering around, and suddenly this random Goron appeared who kind of looked like a mailman himself. And he walked into the Stockpot Inn. He walked in, and I followed him in there, and he talks to Anu, and he says, I have a reservation. It's under the name Mr. Lonk. And I was like, wait a minute. Identity theft is not a joke. So she gave him his room key, and then he walked up the stairs. And so I turned into Goron Link, thinking maybe I could like dupe her into thinking I was the same person. No, it didn't work. So those were the two interesting things happened that I couldn't figure out how to get past that. Like I couldn't figure out how, obviously these were starts of side quests, but I could not figure out how to like get them to move forward. But it was probably around that time that I got the phone call from the doctor's office saying, we can see you. So I had to get all my stuff together and take Charlotte in there. And then, of course, she was like practically comatose on the table. They did flu test, COVID test. They were jabbing things in her nose. They did a blood test on her, so they pricked her finger. I mean, she was miserable. So anyway, I did come across those things, which made no sense to me. I did not make any headway with this fox face child. Man, apparently. So when you get asked if you have a reservation, say yes. I thought I did do that. I thought I said yeah. But was I on the right track? I was Goron Link, right? And then she said something. She said something like, oh, have I asked you this before? My mother always tells me to remember people's faces, but sometimes I forget. And then after that, she just says, enjoy the carnival or whatever. But I feel like I did say I had a reservation. But first of all, before we do this, we need to watch 2 movie trailers. And I think they're both short. We need to watch the Weird Al movie trailer, and we need to watch the Avatar movie trailer. So let's jump on over to that real quick, like. Okay. Weird Al trailer, right? Yes. Oh, that's Weird Al. Weird Al. I mean, that kind of works. Okay, let me change my... Wow, he does really kind of look like him, but he also kind of doesn't. Okay, I need to turn my audio up, and I need to turn y'all's up to 17. Okay. I guess I can be... I don't know if it's better for my camera to be on this side or the other side. I don't think it really matters. Either way, I'm kind of, sort of in the way. So, okay, so this is a teaser trailer, official teaser trailer. How long is it? 113, 112. Okay, that one's the shortest. Okay, we'll watch this one. Does he really have 5 Grammys? Wow, that's a lot of Grammys.
Hope you guys are ready for this.
Oh, wow, weird.
Like a surgeon.
Oh my gosh. This is hard for me to see him as Weird Al.
Anyone got an accordion?
Like a surgeon.
It's very... I can't see it.
I'm full of surprises.
I can't see it. I mean, like, he looks like him, but it just does not... It just doesn't... He's just Harry Potter. And I know that he would hate hearing me say that, but he's just... I can't unsee it. Weird Al has 5 more Grammys than I do. I mean, I'm sure the movie will be great, and I'm sure he'll do a great job because I do think Daniel Radcliffe is a great actor. I think he's great outside of the Harry Potter franchise. I didn't really think he was great in the Harry Potter franchise. I'm sure he'll probably do a great job, but for me, that is really, really hard to see that. I can't get past it. All I see is Daniel Radcliffe. But they did a really good job of making him look like Weird Al. Wow. Yes, they did. Rainn Wilson is in it. This comment says, finally, Daniel Radcliffe gets to portray an actual wizard. You knew you made it when Weird Al parodied your song. This guy's been killing it since the 80s. I agree. I think that's when you actually know you've like actually made it, is when Weird Al does a parody of your song. Okay, Avatar. Didn't we search for this a couple weeks ago and we were just a little late or a little early? Right? I love Weird Al. I think Weird Al is a brilliant, brilliant musician. I think he is far more deserving of those Grammys than most artists that do win the Grammys, honestly. He is so unbelievably clever. He's fabulous. I love Weird Al. Okay, so this is a teaser trailer as well. So it's only, it's 2 minutes long. Okay. Now, it has been a heckin' long time since I've seen this movie. Since I've seen the original Avatar. I remember it, but I do not really, you know what? I'm actually going to turn my volume up in my headphones just a little bit. I remember it, but I remember it vaguely. So I hope I can put this together. Well, the animation already looks better. I loved the first movie. I thought the first movie was great. It was just really long. And I loved the idea. I thought the idea was really cool. Whoa, Spider-Bot. Whoa, wait a minute. Are they like in our world? Oh, what? I cannot tell who's who.
I know one thing. Wherever we go, this family.
Wow.
Our fortress.
That looks like a gorgeous, gorgeous film. Obviously, it's a teaser, so a little fuzzy on the story, but there were clearly like integrations, like there were the Avatar, like the alien soldiers, and then there were like alien construction workers that were just like hanging out with a bunch of human dudes. That was definitely not what I expected. I did notice she was pregnant. One of them, I think it's the main girl, was pregnant. So December. Okay, well, that'll be huge. That'll definitely be really big. How many times was that put back? That was put back a lot. That was put back a whole lot. Many, many times. Wow. I don't know, but oh, who do we have? Oh, it's Ander. Ander reveal.
The ice in the freezer is fine.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it was made before I shut the ice thing off.
Oh, thank you. I wasn't sure if that had happened or not.
Yeah, I shut it off.
Okay. Smart.
That it's just good ice.
Okay. Where's she? Has she taken her allergy meds and stuff? Okay. Cool. Thank you.
I got her some ice water and she was like, is this ice okay?
Yeah, because I had told her I wasn't sure if it was.
Mama must have said something, so
Yeah, I'm glad.
I made sure to shut it off.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We're still under this water boil, which is really frustrating, but it's just a pain. It is just a pain. Ugh, whatever. So I did try to do some side quests on my own. But like I said, I didn't have that much time. I'm going to have to change my button mapping again. I didn't have that much time, and I couldn't make heads or tails of it. So I was just kind of like, well, whatever, man. Let me change my stream stuff. I will beat this game tonight, for the love. I got Legos, man, that I'm super stoked on. Why am I typing in all caps? Okay, first playthrough and no spoilers. Okay, I am really curious though. Oh, whoops. I'm really curious how that person, that cafe or whatever, is that like child that's been walking around the town. That doesn't make any sense. I loved the Nintendo 64. I only had the Nintendo 64 for a really short time, relatively. Maybe C Prime drank some of the water and that's why she's sick. Maybe, but no. She got sick before the water boil went into effect. Do I still have? Yes. Okay. Yeah, she was sick before that. The water boil went into effect on Sunday and she was sick on Saturday. She started feeling sick like Friday, late Friday. You'll understand the cafe situation if you do the quest Alex was alluding to. The one with the stockpot inn? Where am I? Oh, yeah, that's right. I've also decided I am definitely... Oh, I need to change my button mapping really quick. I am 100% not doing the frogs. Oh. That's right, because I'm using this controller. Oh, sweet. I don't have to. Okay. I'm definitely 100% not doing the frogs because that means I have to refight all the bosses, and I just am not going to do that. I did get a new heart container, though. So, surprise, surprise. I got the new heart container from the Deku Scrub quest. So I did finish that. But everything else, I was super confused. I couldn't figure it out. So, anyway. We'll see where we get from here. The only game I ever played on the N64 was Ocarina of Time. That was it. That was the only game. What am I doing? Okay. So when I talked to that, ooh, nice mesh Wi-Fi. That's what we need. That's gonna go about as well as you imagine. Yeah, I wish you luck with that. I assume I should probably reset time because I don't think that Goron shows up like the morning of the first day. I tried to follow him into his room, but he didn't go into his room. Or it wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me into his room. Also, I got 200 rupees from that last Deku Scrub, so that was nice and fancy. But I will go deposit my rupees and then I will reset time because I think, yeah, I don't think he comes out of his room. I don't know. Shout out to Rachel. Always. Okay. You need something? Yes. No. Well, yes. I was going to go earn a bunch of rupees, actually, while we were waiting in the car yesterday. And then I was like, I can only hold 200. but I don't want to do a Skulltula house. Can you imagine if your bank teller said that to you every time you deposited money? You are one rich little guy. I don't know if that would make me feel really... Hey, it's Alcondros! Hello, professional streamer. What is this in-network raid I hear about? I have no idea. Does that mean... I've never heard about that. I don't know what that is. I know that I was advised on a couple different like videos and stuff. What is this place? Oh. I was advised by a couple different like streaming suggested like how to set up a Twitch, how to do all of this stuff, saying that you should change your raids to being rated by either followers or no, friends or followers on Twitch to stop from getting hate rated, because there were all these hate raids going around by these bots. So I don't know what an in-network raid is. I have no idea. That's really interesting. I'm going to reset time. And then we'll talk to that Goron, who is using my name. Apparently. I recommended to a friend of mine to raid you. She plays mostly Zelda, and she told me that. It made me sad. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm really at risk of getting hate rated, so maybe I should just open it up to everybody. But watch, I'll open it up to everybody, and then I'll get hate rated. I guess the best thing to do if you do get hate rated, though, is to just automatically turn it to subscriber-only chat or emote-only chat or whatever. So there are ways to block that. But that's very kind of you to tell her to raid me. I love raids. I really do. So I would rather, like, I love getting raided. I love meeting new people, and I love getting raided. And actually, come to think of it, I never raid anybody because it's late at night and because I am kind of, like, done. And it's hard for me to, like, sit and try and find somebody to raid. Is this the inn? Yes. So, does this open? No, it opens at 8. Okay. What am I hearing? Charlotte talking to herself, probably. At 10 a.m., go to the mayor's house. Where's the mayor's house? Can't remember where the mayor... Oh, it's probably up this way. It's probably that one solitary dot up there. Yes? Yes. No? Yes. No. Yes. Okay. 10 a.m. Got it. So if I... Yeah, one time Basically Dad... Both Basically Dad and Rumi both have come into my chat before and been like, so I tried to raid you, but I couldn't. And I was so sad. So I don't know. I'll have to think about it. There are some things I need to do with all my settings and stuff. I learned some things today in one of those videos. Nutty put out a video about these cool like scripts you can basically install into OBS that do all sorts of cool things. So I need to do those because some of them would be very, very helpful. Like one of them is a whiteboard. So you can like make your screen a whiteboard. So when you're trying to point to something on your screen to your viewers, you can like circle it with your mouse, which I thought was really cool. Because sometimes I like point to things on my screen and then I'm like, this makes me look like an idiot. Okay, but what about the postman? When does the postman go to the Stockpot Inn? When does he start his day? 10 a.m. Go to the mayor's house. Oh, but it's 9. Oh, okay. I don't think I've met the mayor. Actually. That's actually an optional event. The mayor's house or the postman talking to Anyu? My buddy in Germany, his dog's name is Anyu. And I asked him one time how to pronounce his dog's name. I was like, so is it Anju or is it Anju? And he just laughed at me and he was like, it's Anyu. Oh, what? You are not the mayor. He is not the mayor. So anyway, I felt like an idiot. I don't know what side quest I'm doing. Oh man, this is whacked. Oh, there's the receptionist. Okay, she was in the tier list, and I was like, I don't know who this receptionist is. Look at her. Look at her all. She's working it. On you. On you. Yeah. And I was like, I'm so ashamed. I felt like an idiot. I am of the Gorman troop. I have an appointment to meet with Madame today. Oh, really? Then that should be fine if you just go in. Well, now she's looking at me. She's so cute. Look at those freckles. Ooh, girl. Do I have some business? I will be honest, I don't know. The room on the left is the mayor's room. It sounds like they're having some kind of meeting, I think. The room on your right is the drawing room, and it's also Madame Aroma's office. Okay, what? Run around and talk to people in the building. Okay. Let's go to talk to this madam. Oh, Toto! What's up, man? Okay, apparently I can't talk to you. Who? Oh, you're the lady with the dog. Are you on a field trip, you child? Or are you the expert person finder I hired? I am the person finder for you. You have the face of a pro. Again, he's a child. You rated her F. How could you? I rated her F because I didn't know who she was. But earlier, when we were just doing the husbando tier list, I created a new row of people I just didn't know. I should have done that in the beginning. I should have done that with the girls. I have the face of a pro. Yes, I do. The characteristics of the person I want you to find. Yes, yes, I know them. The person I want you to locate is my son, Cafe. You know him, don't you? You don't? Really? He disappeared about a month ago. What? He is in your same town, lady. Do you ever leave this place? I'm so very worried. I can't get food down my throat, and I've lost 5 pounds. You haven't anything, though. Oh, dear. Yeah, sure. Yes. Well, I'm counting on you. Oh, wow. Okay, that was unexpected. So, wait, what? I'm supposed to wear that to inquire about the missing cafe. Oh, she's the mayor's wife. Oh, got it. I took the work of a pro. Okay, I am mega confused though. I'm supposed to legitimately like look like him while I'm... Okay, I will try that right now. Hey man. Are the fins damp lately? What? That's the greeting used among us Zoras. Oh, forgive me. I am Toto, the manager of the band, the Indiegogos. I'm out of business cards, so a Zora greeting will have to do. The Indiegogos is the popular group. Are the popular group? That we Zora are so proud of. They've put out a lot of songs. One of their hits is the Ballad of the Windfish. You know that song, don't you? I do. I totally do. And I've heard it orchestrated live, and it was absolutely fabulous. You'd be able to hear it if the show wasn't canceled. It's such a shame. Yeah, well. Sorry, man. Sorry, man. How can you find people, ask around and contact the authorities, wear their face, and expect people to know what you're doing? Yeah, I am mega confused. Whoa, everybody's arguing. Oh, wow, Mayor. What is on your chair? The moon! It's the moon, maybe. I don't know. Most of the townsfolk already have taken shelter without waiting for the mayor's orders. The ones left are public servants and committee members. Sounds like the pandemic. Essential workers. Please order those who remain to evacuate. Like, why wouldn't you? The moon is falling. Yes. Do you not feel like the shaking on the 3rd day, my dude? The soldiers couldn't prevent the panic, but outside the town walls is where the danger is. You want answers? The answer is that the carnival should not be canceled. Isn't that right, Mr. Mayor? Are you serious? It seems that giant chunk of rock above us hasn't caught your eye. How are these people? It's your job to ensure the carnival's operation, but that's if people are here for it. I'm with the soldier. 100%. Everybody has cows on their, like, desktops, like tabletops. This carnival will be a success. I've never heard of a defense unit abandoning its town. Would she say the same thing? I don't know. Okay, so do I need to talk to each one of these people? Well, that's that. Okay. The devs knew exactly how the pandemic would unfold. See, there's another cow. True. What do you have to say to Cafe? Hey, Cafe. Oh, how many people are going to ask me that? That lady is so persistent. So, doesn't Cafe want to break off his engagement? I knew it! I was thinking in my head. That's who Anyu's going to get married to. Why not let him? That's what he wants. Ooh, girl, homewrecker. Some people. Girl. At 2 p.m., go to the inn. Okay. Alex is like, let me help you, Susie. You have to do this side quest, or so help me. 2 p.m.? Oh, it is noon. Okay. Question, should I slow time? If I'm not mistaken, Crimea had a crush on Cafe or Anyu. Who knows? If I show up wearing Cafe's mask and talk to Crimea, I'm sure I'll probably get some juicy information. But in order for me to do that, I have to go get a keg and blow the whole rock up, and I'm not going to be able to do that by the time I have to come back to the inn at 2. Don't slow time just yet. Okay. Well, it's noon, so we're getting there. Oh, I hope Charlotte feels better tomorrow morning. I really, really do. After she spit out her meds. She was like, they're gross. I was like, I don't care. Take them. Ugh. Do you want to go to the hospital? And then I think I scared her. And I didn't really mean to scare her, but at the same time, I kind of did. I was like, this is a big deal. This is not something that's like ibuprofen where you don't have to take it. I'm simply giving it to you so, you know, you're more comfortable because of your fever. This is like, you have to take this or you will go to the hospital. Do you remember how crappy you felt yesterday? Oh yeah, see, here it is. Here he is. Oh yeah, 2 p.m. on the dot. So I'm assuming I'm supposed to talk to them while he gives her the letter. You know what? I'm going to create a suspend point. Just in case. Put on the Goron mask. Oh, because that's right. The Goron comes like right after this. Oh, shoot. I missed it. Okay. Yeah, she's like, where did you get this letter? And he's like, it's a secret. Yeah, yeah. I was like, what the heck is wrong with you? There are like post boxes all over the place here. He's weird, but he has an interesting series of side quests. Well, my favorite postman is the one in Twilight Princess that goes, hey! And then when he gives you a letter, he goes, ba-da-da-da. He's great. What was he? Like B tier, I think? Talk to Anyu. Oh. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, before he gets here. I see. Got it. Oh, it's a good thing I saw that happen yesterday. Our knife chamber. Wow, that is frightening. Yes. You're not sure why, but you apparently had a reservation. This is fortunate. It was added to your notebook. Please relax. You too, girl. You too. So what happens when the Goron gets here? Is he like super mad and pitches a fit? Because that would be stupendous. Because he steals my name.
Oh, that was good.
That was good. Yeah, I was trying to talk to her as she was... I was trying to wear the Gorman mask and it didn't work. I can listen in on that conversation. I thought so. I want to listen to that conversation because he stole my identity. Or tried to, anyway. I don't remember when he shows up, though. I don't feel like it was much later than... There he is! Ho ho! Oh, yeah. Be like, hey man, hey. How's it going? Too bad, shame. I'm gonna listen in on your conversation, my dude with the bow tie. He kind of looks like a mailman himself. He walks really slow. I'm sorry. There are no vacancies today. I made a reservation. The name is Lonk Goro. Mr. Lonk Goro? I don't have a reservation under that name. There is one close to that, but... What? Really, Goro? Well, it's nice weather, so I'll just sleep outside, Goro. I'm terribly sorry. Aw, that was like way less exciting than I thought it was gonna be. I thought he was gonna be so mad. But then again, maybe not, because he stole my identity. Backseating is allowed for these side quests, yes, because I'm really hoping to beat the game tonight. Ooh! Well, I'm glad I got this. Oh, what? What a ramshackle inn. Is this room first class? You can hear whoever's next door, for crying out loud. Well, whatever. We're staying for free, so we can't expect much. So I'm supposed to, like, listen in? I'm supposed to listen. That's the employee break room. That's suspicious. So you do you. You can also eavesdrop on a conversation at some point through that tear in the wall. Yeah, I was gonna say, you're gonna be listening. Because that's Anyu's room. That's where she goes. She takes like her little lunch and she goes in there. Okay, so now that I have a reservation, I can stay past closing time, right? Closing time is like, what, 8 or something? I think. Usually they kick me out. Not today. I do want to beat this game tonight, though, so I don't want to spend all this time doing side quests. You can go in and out of the front door after hours. Okay. Is she in there right now? No. I don't know when she goes in there. But I remember trying to follow her in there yesterday, and... So is this one that closes? Hold on. Where's my notebook? Where's my handy dandy notebook? Received room key. Got it by mistake. Enter at night. When does it close? Where are the Rosa sisters? There they are. The ending is amazing. Probably one of the best in Zelda. Well, I am looking forward to seeing it, despite the fact that I know it's probably going to be kind of wackadoo. Hey, girl, hey. Oh! You're also looking for Cafe. I have a request. Cafe, I have a clue that will help you find him. You'd better. You're gonna marry him. Tonight at 11:30, please come to our kitchen. We'll talk then. Okay. Cool, cool. Yeah, apparently to find a missing person, you just have to wear their face and ask questions. It's really random. The ending is insane, but that tracks with the rest of the game, I'll say. Oh, there he is. He's sleeping, snoring. Yep. Yes. That's next on the list is, what, the Gorman Troop? Or, like, the Rosa Sisters? Or... What am I looking for? Oh. Hey. The masked skull kid has broken me apart and scattered my pieces. Please find a way to return to the fairy fountain in the North Clock Tower. Oh, no. Now I have to say, hello, professional investigator. You don't have to say that. I'm a private investigator. Private. I need arrows. I am gonna need arrows. I am not gonna lie. I feel like the fact that you can reset time, although, you know what? I should have known. The fact that you can reset time and then go try to fight Skull Kid and not have any arrows, I should have known better, but I did find that highly obnoxious. I was like, so I'm gonna go to this boss and I'm not gonna have any way to fight it. But I should have known. I should have known because I just reset time. Good night, Boro. Did I beat the game yet? No, I will beat the game though. I should. Hi, this is Susie Grace, PI with Kalulu Investigations. I'm looking for someone named Cafe. Have you seen this person? Shabam! Now you have. But no, really, I'm looking for the real one. 11:30 in the kitchen. Where are the Rosa sisters? Are they practicing up this way? I know each quest takes like its own separate 3 days. Right? I think that is the case. It's 5 a.m. here. I'm on my way to work to keep up the stream. Really? 5 a.m.? You're on your way to work? Where do you work? What do you do for work? That is early. Check your notebook. For the Rosa sisters? It says they're active right now, but I don't know if that means they're active like outside the inn or if they're active inside the inn. Yeah, I can't tell if they're... Did she say 8:30? No, she said 11:30. You should wait in the inn. I think they don't let you back in after a certain time. Probably. Knowing this game. Turlet. Turlet. Kitchen. Bugs. A water with a water. I work at a warehouse, 5:30 to 1:30. That's early. But then again, you're done really early. So that's kind of nice. Yeah, I do. I have a key because I skifed that Goron's reservation. Why he had my information doesn't make any sense. I didn't work that early, 6 a.m., but I think I did work like a 7 a.m. to... Yeah, 7 a.m. to noon or something like that. I worked at a TJ Maxx. I worked in the back room. I did stock. It actually wasn't that bad of a job. It was good for me at the time, although it was really early. And it was in that big, cold, super drafty warehouse, and it was in wintertime. So it was really icy, and there were times where it was really dangerous to drive. Luckily, it was kind of, I didn't have to take very many turns. It was just right down the street, but it was a ways down the street, but it was on the same street. And so, I actually really, really didn't mind working there because I didn't have to deal with customers. Every once in a while, I would have to take over the fitting rooms for like, I don't know, an hour or something for somebody to take a lunch or something. But for the most part, I just worked in the warehouse, but it was cold. It was really cold. I always had to wear my coat. I had a crappy manager though. 11:30. Oh, I hear somebody. Who is it? Who's coming? No, it's 11:30. Where is she? Am I supposed to wear the mask? Oh, there she is. I'm waiting for you. Bad thing is, I hate waking up early. Well, yeah, that's early. That's really early. I'm sorry to trouble you late at night. It's about him, Cafe. I received a letter from him. Strange, isn't it? Getting a letter from a missing person. But there's absolutely no mistaking it's from him. It's clear to me. Please. Her bow cracks me up. Here is my letter. Please put this in a post box. When this is delivered, When he receives my letter, you should be able to meet him. Please tell him that Anyu is waiting for him. And please, after you've seen him, tell me how he looked. Dude, he looks like a child. I'm scared. I can't go. What is... Okay. What? I'm so confused. Why is she scared? A letter to Cafe. Quick, deliver it for her. Take it to a mailbox. Okay, I will take it to a mailbox. Please mail it immediately in the morning. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. Do not give to hand. Oh, no, I've already done that. I've already done that. I've done the hand. I've done the turlet. It's rough, especially after being out till 2 a.m. the night before. Oh, that is terrible. Give to hand. No, I've already done that. I've already done that. I bought more of those digestives, and they are absolutely divine. Oh, that makes me happy. No, okay, so I have to put it in the mailbox. I don't actually go put it over at the Curiosity Shop. I actually put it in a mailbox. Can I put it in the mailbox right now? Or do I have to wait until the morning of the next day? Like, there's a mailbox right there. Why is she scared? What is she scared of? Who is this cafe? I can mail it right now? Okay. That's what I thought. I don't want to be late. Here is your letter. Your letter has been received. Ka-ching! Fantastic. So, am I supposed to, so when he receives the letter, am I supposed to follow the postman tomorrow? Can I go to the dawn of the first day? No? Right? Yes? Go see the Dancing Sisters. Okay. With this, sisters, sisters, never were there such a pair of sisters. Idea. Okay, so I have an idea. Last night I was in my Google Drive, and there were some videos of Charlotte when she was so little in there. I've got most of them on my external hard drive, but 2 of them are in my Google Drive. Oh my gosh. She looks just like Auden, actually. Yes. Do I talk to them wearing the cafe mask? Or do I talk to them wearing the Gorman mask? Am I like, hey, ladies? Don't bother us. Okay. Okay. But I'm crying. Oh, that's right. I do have that dancing mask. I was trying that dancing mask last night. This freaking wackadoo little mask. Come on. Doesn't make any sense. Okay. Do I start dancing? Oh, yeah. Why did they have to make the mask look like that? Why couldn't they just make it his whole entire face? Why is it zooming in on the guard? I'm confused. Whoa. Thank you for teaching us those steps. You are our master. Yikes. I do still have to learn that dance. I agree. Thanks, girls. Master, you're so cool. Link's like, well, that is totally disturbing. There they do it. Wow. Okay. That was definitely unexpected, but everything in this game is unexpected. So I'm going to go back to cafe being my face. No. Yes. In my inventory. 3 p.m. by the pool. Okay, that's what I thought. If you go over... So can I'm going to speed up time. I was thinking it would have to do with over there. Yeah, the fact that they like that was weird. That was definitely weird. You're our master. I'm a child. Ladies. Pool. Oh, it's down this way. I am still turned around in this town. Man alive. I think the pool is this way. Oh, it's 6 a.m. Holy moly. What am I going to do until 3 p.m.? Gosh, I don't even know. Is there a chest I can nab around here somewhere? Chat with us. I love chatting with you guys. Oh, there is. There's a chest over there. What? Oh, I see it. It's that same chest that appears every single time. I knew I needed my hook shot. Or if you plan on end game in this cycle, start stocking up on items. Ooh, can I end game in the cycle? I don't know if I have the time. I feel like I should probably reset time after this, because then I will feel very stressed out about time. I don't know how long this side quest takes, so I do not think I will probably reset once before oh, I think I just got a text from my stepmother-in-law. I think I'm gonna take my mother-in-law up on her offer to send us to California, but Anders not gonna come with us. We did the math of how much it would cost us to drive all the way to California, and I was like, dude, I can tell you right now, that is not going to be worth it. And he was like, I'm not flying. I'm not doing it that day. Because he went out for his, you can dance for a few hours. He went out to California for his grandpa's funeral, I don't know, 6 months ago or something. There's a turn. And he was like, seriously, the entire day, it took me 12 hours from the second we left our house till I walked through the door of my dad's house. That is insane. I don't want to do that again. I refuse. And I was like, I don't blame you. So, he was like, I'm not going to go. If we can't drive, I can't take that kind of time off. It's just too expensive, you know, blah, blah, blah. So, I'm going to take them up on their offer, and I'm going to take the girls because that'll give me something to do over the summer. And that's a free trip. So it'll be the first time Auden flies, but she just sent me a text saying that she found a flight. So I'm excited about that, but I'm also not, because flying with babies is really hard. But she's over it. Like, she's old enough to watch a screen for at least a certain amount of time. So I'm not flying with a baby that's like, I don't think I would ever fly with a newborn. So that'll be really fun. So now we need to plan what we're going to do here. I think we should go stay at like the indoor Schlitterbahn in Galveston, because it's only like 3 hours away. It's all inclusive. That sounds ideal to me. Okay, it's 10. I guess I might as well just go wait by the pool. We sent my mom flowers for Mother's Day, and I think I sent them to the wrong address. My brother's the one who did the order, and I gave him my mom's address, and I'm pretty sure I gave him the wrong apartment number. So I don't know how that worked out. I don't know. Somebody there probably just got flowers and was super excited about it, although her name should have been on them. I don't know. I didn't hear from my mom today saying that they were delivered. Whoops. I was like, well, I thought I had it down. And then my mom sent me a Mother's Day card that I opened up today. And on the return address, I was like, oh, that is the wrong apartment. Have I tried Greek food? I know, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't want to be like, hey, you know those flowers you got? Those actually weren't for you. That sucks. Have I tried Greek food? I don't think I have. I have tried, we here in Greece call it food. I've had, what was this restaurant that I went to with some friends? There was a woman in my church congregation that she's not in our congregation anymore. She moved away, but she was from, I think she was from Venezuela, maybe, or something. And it was a Venezuelan restaurant. And that was really different, but it was really good. I've never had Greek food. How do you pronounce it? Is it gyro? 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 Hiro? No, Hiro? Is that what it is? I feel like I may have had one of those. Or like pita. Pita is like pita pockets, like pita bread. Is that Greek? We used to do pita pocket sandwiches all the time. Yeah, pita pockets. But I can't honestly say I've had Greek food. I feel like I may have, but I don't remember. I'm not a huge fan of Indian food because I'm not a huge fan of curry. It's also kind of too... Oh, and lots of lamb. That's okay. I make lamb. Yeah, I feel like I've had is it Hito? Is that how you pronounce it? Or is it Guido? I know it's not a gyro. I know that. Oh, snap. It's 2 p.m. What's gonna happen? Oh, that's why he comes out and checks the mailbox. I got you. Huayros. Oh. It's Gyros, but it's pronounced like Y. Huayros. Wow, okay. I was still wrong. Way to go, self. Do I talk to him wearing his own face? Because that seems really uncomfortable. I think I should. Probably. Be like, hey, man. When Cafe comes out to talk to the postman, go inside his house. I'll make a save state. Okay, that's smart. So I go in. So, okay. Like when little Edna Mode like left her house and I went into the house. You're saying do the same thing. So I need to act conspicuous. It's a tad hard to express it. Oh, there's the postman. Oh, he comes like all the way here. Wait a minute. Oh. Dude, you're like a child like me. I don't understand. I'm so confused. This is the Curiosity Shop. Of course it has this music. Makes perfect sense. I don't know what I'm going to find. Last time I went into somebody's house, I was bombarded by a... Oh, here's a letter. Whoa, Just wait. Okay. Just hide. Hide! I'm in your house and I look like you. So technically I look like I belong here. How has he been lost if he's just been in the town this whole time? Oh, here he comes. Hey, man. Hey. So he just stands there? Green hat, green clothes. Anyu wrote about you in her letter. It seems you are looking for cafe. Heck yes, I can. Anyu trusted you. I shall also trust you. Okay, still you look like a child. A pretty child? I am cafe. The cafe we're looking for is an adult. When I look at you, I just see a child. Oh, is that Tattle? I was turned into this by a strange imp wearing a mask, but I'm not hiding because I look this way. Okay, this makes sense. When I was turned into this, I went to see the great fairy in the shrine near the north gate. Okay. But on the way, my precious mask, a wedding ceremony mask, was stolen from me by some prancing man with a grinning face. Oh, this freaking guy again. Well, you're just careless. You're like my partner. Before my wedding ceremony, I was quite happy. I was targeted because of what I had been turned into. Oh my, I pity you. Pick your side, Tattle. I know Anu is worried, but I can't go out yet. I made a promise to her that I would bring the wedding mask and greet her. This pennant, give it to Anu. Okay. Pendant of memories. Though you may not understand these grown-up matters, you should probably take the pendant to Anu anyway. Keep what we just talked about a secret from everyone. The mysterious youth. Got it. Okay, so I'm looking for his wedding mask. Because it was stolen by the prancing man, who incidentally lives behind a rock in the canyon. Gyro would apply to a single sandwich. Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. As in, I want a gyro. While gyros would be the correct pronunciation if you were to say, I love gyros. Okay, that does make sense. I'm coming on you. I'm coming this way. This is the way. Am I supposed to still be wearing Cafe's face? I feel kind of like Hannibal Lecter. Maybe Buffalo Bill. I have something for you. I sure did. And I have something for you. Here. Oh, I can take it off. Okay. Ah! It's from Cafe. Thank you very much. Aww. So now I have to go find the grinning man. But I don't know his timeline. He wasn't added to my notebook. A grinning man. But I know he shows up at like 11 o'clock or midnight. Like, I don't know if it's the second day, but I know he shows up over in that area. Up north by the fairy fountain. So here are some optional events. 9:30, go to your room and listen in on the conversation. So I'm assuming what happens with this cafe story happens tomorrow, the next day, through the wall. Okay. So are you saying I do that now? Like I do that first and then there's something else I can do after that? Or am I doing that or choosing to do something else? You should at least visit a 1 p.m. on the third day in Cafe's house. But how though? He only comes out unless he recognizes me now and he lets me into his house. What is this? What does this say? Hey, come to our carnival. No, Indiegogos. Got it. Oh, that's where I've seen the name Madame Aroma. Got it. Where am I going? Oh, I'm going to my room. That's right. Where's my room? It is here. Does he let me into his house now that he knows who I am? Or if I'm wearing his face? Shout out to eavesdropping. This brings back memories of that terrible night I had at my friend's house at the sleepover. Oh, bad situation. So bad. So bad. So are we waiting until we go until like 11 o'clock or whatever when the super creepy grinning guy is hanging out up at the north place, like right before he robs the old lady? I was staying at a friend's house for a sleepover when I was maybe 13 years old, and her parents had this super crazy party. And the two of their friends that were in a relationship with one another drank so much they couldn't drive home. So my friend's room was in the basement, and there wasn't a bathroom down there. It was like the stairway was on the far wall, and you went down the stairs, and then there was the family room, and then there was this hallway where there was a laundry room, kind of an unfinished basement type room, and my friend's room. And so, of course, you know, we were having a super awesome time and just like hanging out, drinking like soda at, you know, midnight, whatever. We were just teenage girls. We were listening to NSYNC and making up dances and all sorts of stuff. You'll go to the Curiosity Shop at midnight for an optional cutscene. Got it. And we had so much soda that we needed to go to the bathroom. So it was like 2 a.m. or something. And so all the lights were off. The party had ended. All the lights were off. And we went through the family room. And to keep everything family friendly, there was something happening in the family room on the pull-out couch that should not have been happening. There's a scene through the wall. You can hear the voices next door. Oh, wow. They're okay. We're leaving in the evening for the ranch. Cremia will take us in. She's your best friend, right? I wonder if Cafe is really at Cremia's place. If Cafe is there, your mother will give him a smack. Besides, think about Cremia. She needs strength from a partner and business support from Madame Aroma. Oh, is that who that is? No. Yes. No. That's Anyu's mom. Yes. If Cafe really has run off with Cremia, she'll get both. Please don't be sad. How happy could you possibly be marrying a man who runs off when he's about to be married? It would make your life unhappy, just like your mother's. But in the letter, it said he would definitely come back. Come back to what? Won't this town be crushed beneath the moon the morning after tomorrow? Forget about that letter. For now, just try to survive. Everything else will follow. Yes, Mother, thank you. That is really sad. That's really sad. So anyway, yeah, we were traumatized, and so we made it up the stairs, and my friend was like, "Did you see like what was going on?" And it was dark, right? It was really dark. Anyway, this went on for another like couple hours. So after we went to the bathroom upstairs and we ran back downstairs, I mean, it was dark. They weren't paying attention. Anyway, we just like, we could hear almost everything, and it was a bad situation for sure. Like part of us thought it was hilarious and the other part of us were just horrified. I mean, we were 13, right? And it was just so wildly inappropriate. It was so inappropriate because they knew we were staying down there. They knew there was, they knew that there was a bedroom back there, or at least they should have. I'm sure my friend's parents told them. Anyway, but at the same time, I'm also like, well, when you get all your friends completely hammered and then tell a couple to go stay down on the pull-out couch downstairs. Yeah. Anyway, it was not a good situation. And it's not a good time. Definitely not a good time. For hours. I know. Maybe it wasn't hours, but it felt like hours to me. I don't know, but I was like, it was, yeah. So there was basically, the walls were really thin, and they got more and more like crazy as time went on. Like at first it was really quiet and we didn't know anything was happening, but then they got like really into things and oh, I missed the cutscene? What? But I was just waiting. I was at the Curiosity. Oh, did I not go in? Oh, I should have gone in. I thought I was supposed to. Dang it. Well, I'm not going to restart now. Boo. What was the last scene I made? Before I even talked to him. I might make it. Maybe. Am I supposed to wear his face? Will he let me in? Whoa. Nope. Nope. That's not the Curiosity Shop. What? Oh. Oh my gosh, you're right. The Curiosity Shop is over on the other side of town. I just remember the sign there saying Curiosity Shop. Hold on. Can I slow time down? Oh, nope, I missed it. That's Cafe's place. Well, then why was the sign? Why did this? Okay, well, I missed it anyway. Whatever. Curiosity shop. I thought that was the curiosity shop. But it says if you have business, ring bell. I thought I couldn't, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know when this window closes. Curiosity shop. There they are. Oh, oh, you! Oh, what? Oh. Is this the curiosity shop? That freaking guy. No, this is a trading post. Ah, oh, dang it. I'm going to miss it. Crap. West. Well, ask Ander if he's ever heard of soaking. We've both heard of soaking, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if actually, you know what? I think Ander has. I certainly have. And my mind is blown. I cannot. People will do anything. They'll do anything to justify. Yeah. Yep. I've heard of that. And I don't know how you can possibly. Anyway. You're going to have to. Okay. I will send. We're not going to talk about it because my channel is family friendly. I will send a link on the Discord for you. Because I don't think if you just look up, although I think if you actually Google Mormon soaking, I think it'll probably pull things up, but it's ridiculous and absolutely hysterical. I cannot believe. So what am I doing now? Am I just waiting around? West, not southwest. Oh, not southwest. I don't know what you're thinking of, but I will. It's insane. I don't understand how anybody could be like, yeah, that's totally okay, based on what the church teaches. Anyway, yeah, no. Like, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was an absolute joke when I first read about it in an article. I was like, this has to be a joke. There's no way. Yeah, it turns out it's not. Absolute insanity. I was like. Oh, wow. You guys need help. 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 No. But now I'm curious about what, no. No. Like I said, maybe Michael can find like some article or something and put it on the Discord. But like I said, this is a family friendly channel. We'll just leave it at that. It is. No bueno. I'm going to speed up time. Yes, cool. Right? Noon? Okay, if I'm supposed to go to Cafe's place at noon. To 6 a.m., yes. And it's 9:30. So after we finish this, hopefully we can beat this game. Okay, so he was turned into a child by the Skull Kid. Okay, that makes more sense. Because I was like, you're my same age, my dude. I don't understand. Yeah, that was a bad, honestly, that friend of mine, I knew that, okay, so nothing ever happened. Wait, it's the same thing you're talking about? No, it's different. There's something different. It's different. Well, we can chat about it on Discord. Because my Discord is also family friendly, but we can create like yeah, anyway. So my friend really struggled. Her home life was really rocky, and her parents were, she lived with her dad and her stepmom. She didn't have a good relationship with her mom. She had lots of siblings. She had all these half siblings and stuff. She was the oldest. It was just, every time I went over to their house, it was just chaos. And her parents smoked really hardcore, like chain smoked out in the garage. And her dad had a pretty dead end job, and her mom had a pretty dead end job. And they were just kind of those parents that were like, well, you know, Susie can come over to play, but we're not going to go pick her up, or we're not going to take her home. Like, she has to find a way here. They were never willing to like help out or lift a finger to like help us like hang out with each other. So I was always over at their house, and they were nice people, but they just had made some really poor decisions. They were always struggling financially, but they were always able to find money for alcohol, always able to find money for cigarettes, always able to find money for who knows what else. So I kind of knew that, like, I was kind of the one positive force in my friend's life. And so I decided to not tell my parents a lot about what kind of went on over at the house. Now, I never felt like I was in danger. I never felt like I was in trouble or I was in any danger. Nothing ever happened to me. Nothing ever happened to anybody that I was there. I never witnessed anything that was like, I never witnessed anything inappropriate until that night. But even then, like, even as 13, you know, in my 13-year-old brain, I was like, okay, well, they're drunk. They're very, very drunk. I never told my parents about it, though, because I knew if I told my parents, they wouldn't let me go over to the house anymore. And I didn't want to take that away from my friend, because I knew I was kind of that only, like, positive force in her life. And so there were a few things. I had some suspicions about some things that were going on in the house, but they were never confirmed. But I never told my parents about any of it until finally, it was the summer we went to Europe. My friend moved, they decided to move to Florida randomly. And I was devastated because I was great friends with that friend. And you've been trying to find a way to ask me about it for months. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I've heard of it and I think it's hysterical. I don't understand. Like I said, people will do anything, especially like college age kids, young kids. So my friend up and moved to Florida, and we wrote to each other. We wrote letters and stuff to each other and communicated. And she moved like right after I got home from Europe. So I had been in Europe that whole summer and missed hanging out with her all that summer. And I was just devastated because she is, I don't know if I've told this story before either, but on stream, but she was like she had a huge impact on me, like as a person that I am now. When I first met her, I was like super, I dressed really poorly and I did not have any sense of fashion at all. And I had like super nerdy glasses that did not look good on my face, not good face shapes, or not a good face shape for me, and not a good shape for my face. And, you know, she really helped me kind of, she helped me like learn how to put on makeup and like my mom would have done that anyway, but it meant more coming from my friend who was my same age. And like, she helped me like learn how to dress a little better. And so she had a huge impact on my life. So when she moved away, I was just devastated. Okay, wait, Noon, where you put the pie in the oven and you just let it sit. You don't touch it. Don't move it. Just sit there. Letting someone flip the pie. Oh my God. I can't. What? What are people thinking? Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah. Okay. That is a no-no. Across the board. That's a no-no. According to our faith, our beliefs, that is a no-no. That was so tactful. Well done. Oh my lands. People. What? Children. I have my way with word. Oh my gosh. Oh, 1 o'clock it was. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Oh, what are you? Am I supposed to put on this mask? You the green hat kid? He's wearing aviators. I got a message from Cafe. Now, Cafe, I've known him since he was real little. But when he showed up looking all young in that little brat body, I didn't know what I was seeing. All it took was one glance at that Keaton mask he was carrying for me to realize I was looking at my old friend. That's right, that's what it's called, the Keaton mask. I gave him that mask a long time ago when he was just Lil Cafe. Didn't know he kept it that well for so long. I'm not sure why, but I want to give this to you. Oh, what? What's he walking around wearing then? Accepting this keepsake doesn't make much sense to you, just like the guy said. I don't know why I'm giving this to you, but I'm gonna give this to you. Now, Cafe, he says he wants you to take this to his mother. You were given express mail to Mama. This is priority mail, so hurry up and deliver it. A customer came to my shop last night. Now Cafe sees him, and Cafe's color just changes, and he goes running after the guy. Oh, okay, so he must run the curiosity shop. The guy's a regular, a greedy thief named Sakan. I think he's from Ikana Village. The man from the curiosity shop. Oh, yeah. I listened to his memories, and I got the mail to Mama. Okay, so I'm supposed to go deliver that. Stat. Oh, do the letters not look like that in the original version? Don't deliver just yet. Okay. It's 1 p.m. on the final day, y'all. Oh, wow, that's right. I am supposed to... I can't go... Oh my gosh, I just remembered I can't actually go to the boss fight until midnight on the 3rd day. I should have been stocking items. Holy sweet sassy molassy. Okay, wait. Create a save state. This is where it gets intense. Whatever you do, don't turn the oven on. I'm telling you. People are so... Oh, Panna? How are you, Panna? Okay, hold on. People will do anything. Anything. Okay, create a save state. Okay. The question is, do I have time? I'm just gonna have to play all those songs. And I'm just gonna have to, cause I shouldn't going to get stuck. I forgot I had to go to the clock tower at midnight. Dang it! Okay, so I'm gonna create a save state on number 2. Like here, like down here. Okay. I'm not gonna... Okay. If anybody... If anybody new comes into this stream, they are in for a surprise. Let me tell you that. Oh, I don't know if it'll stick. There you go. I don't think it's gonna stick. I can get it here. That's it. It says wear a mustache. It doesn't say where. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna make a save state. The dude named Sakan, he's the guy who steals the lawns. He stole the lawns from the old... She's so mad! Suddenly! Yes. Okay, I'm supposed to make a save state. Sorry, I had to swallow. Okay. Just let the drool drip. No, I can't. Okay. I'm supposed to make a save state in the slot number 2. Alright? Suspense point, yes. Okay. Do I have time to go get arrows and stuff? I'm gonna be in the same position as in the last time. I'm not gonna have time to. Oh, okay. Okay. So I'm not supposed to do this yet. Why? Why am I not supposed to do it yet? He's the wrong he's. That's right. Goofy is kind of kidnap. Whoa. Okay. What? So I definitely don't have time to go get arrows. Kinda can. Oh, man. Man alive. Yes. That's the secret hideout. Wow. Holy cow. I can wear a mustache for a little longer. Like I said, I didn't say where I was going to wear a mustache. Or I could have it be up here to look like, it looks like little bangs. You could slow time and run out to the field and chop grass for a bit. Not sure if you have the time for that. I'm coming in late. I'm seriously going to be in the same position I was last time. I am beating this game tonight. Gosh dang it. I am absolutely beating this game. There's no way. I'm going to finish this and then I'm going to freaking beat the game because I want to build my Legos. Whew, that was so intense. I did acknowledge your joke and I told you this is a family-friendly channel. Alcandros. But I did acknowledge it and I did laugh. However, oh, what am I doing? I am running out of time. However, I did think it was funny, but I was also in a state where you couldn't understand a dang thing I was saying. I had somebody else come into my chat and say something like that one time, and I think I banned them. I don't remember though. Is it open? Is his secret hideout open? There's the Deku I gave. No, maybe not. I think I have reset time. Protected by impenetrable security. It's okay. It is okay. It did make me laugh because I was like, oh, he got me. Definitely got me. Okay. You also have magic for ranged damage. Hold on. Are you saying that I could have beat the game the other night by being a Deku scrub and shooting bubbles at Skull Kid? Because I will be really mad if that's the case. Oh, what? Who the... Oh, you... Yes, I know you. Why did I say who? I found him, Green Hat Boy. You know, you could ask me what my name is. He's using this place as his safe house for keeping his stolen goods. He came to the shop last night, and I followed him. His storage for these things he's stolen is on the other side of this rock door. Only he can open it. The only way in is to wait for him to arrive. I'll wait. I've made a promise to Anyu. He will show up. Oh, yeah. We're gonna wait. I have Zora Blades, too. Oh, what? I can't believe that. I should have just beat the game the other night. I was not thinking straight. Save state here. Yes, sir. Wow, this is gonna get really intense. It's all good. It did make me laugh. It did make me laugh. Because he got me. Definitely. Definitely got me. This is getting in the... Now I'm going to make them bangs. Weep. They were getting in the way of my eyelashes. Lashes. Which I'm getting a fill on Thursday. Hallelujah. My lashes definitely need it. My dudes, it is 4 p.m. The moon is falling. When is he gonna get here? Deku boys waiting for us. If this part gets screwed up, you'd have to do everything over again. Back in the old days where save states didn't exist. Ooh, yeah, no bueno. That sounds terrible. I'd be so mad. Maybe this is what my sister was doing when I watched her. She was like, I'm trying to do something. I don't remember what she was trying to do, though. I'm not as worried about going a little late tonight because I slept mostly last night, kind of. And you know what's funny? That night when I was like, I cannot stream past 10:30, I didn't sleep hardly a wink that night at all. I might as well have just stayed up and streamed because I couldn't sleep. I was so like anxious over Charlotte, and I was just like, I might as well have just streamed for another like 2 hours. I didn't sleep hardly at all. This cutscene? Am I supposed to wear cut face mask? Am I supposed to slow time? Just wait. Man, they do push you, don't they? I read an article the other day that described roguelikes as condensed RPGs for people who don't have 80 hours to sink. That's why I like that genre. And also why resetting time in Majora's Mask doesn't stress me out. It does stress me out. Well, no. Resetting time doesn't. The fact that I only have 3 days to get all my crap done, that's what stresses me out. I don't like the fact that I have to basically start over every single time. Like, no arrows, no bombs, none of that stuff. Oh, there he is. Sketch. You just prance on in there, my dude. Oh, wow. Dude, you're... Okay. Do I go in after him? I assume I'm supposed to go inside. Oh, great. I'm supposed to do all of this while the moon is gonna fall and like... Ah! Look! There's a mask there! It's the sun's mask! The sun's mask? Oh, suck on. You... bad person. Step on that switch! Yes, sir. Oh, come on. Don't be like that. Yes. I will step on that switch for you. Oh, what? What? There should be some device in the room that also opens this door. Oh, the mask. This is insane. This is absolutely bonkers. What? No. There we go. What? I am so confused. Okay. I don't like him. I don't like him. Not moving ahead in the face of danger when you know it's for the better. Just like Tail. That's it. Let's go. Okay. Mechanism? This is bananas. No, no, no! Who designed this? Sekon, you evil genius. Oh no! Oh my gosh. No, no, no! Did I totally screw this up? I think I just did. Oh wait. Oh, no! Crap. Oh, crap. Double crap. Come on, grab it! Grab it! What is wrong with you? Okay. Oh, Beans. You take time. I have a gilded sword. You should have died in one hit, my dude. There we go. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, okay. Ho! Ho, 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 ho. We did it. I got the sun's mask back. Fantastic. There's still time. I must get back to town. Yes. I can warp. Look at him go. That wasn't too bad. No, it wasn't. It wasn't so bad. See you later. Okay. Gosh dang it. I should have freaking collected all my crap. Because... Beans. Dang it. Actually, that was probably the most exciting and coolest part of this whole game. That was really unique the way they did that. I was down, other than the fact that I can see how frustrating that would have been back when you couldn't make save states. Find the postman. Postman, doing a post to. I need my bunny ears. Stat. Oh, there's like creepy music playing. Is he out delivering mail right now? Where are you? Postman, do you want to post to? Nope. That is not the post office. Where are all the post boxes? I have 5 minutes? No. 5 hours. 5 hours. Right? Yes. Okay, there's a post box. Western part of town. Okay, 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 okay. Oh, I hate that this is like... This music is so bad. Gosh dang, I wish I would have been prepared with all my crap. Western part of town. Right? Oh. Why is it open? Oh, I want to flee, but it's not written on the schedule. To me, the delivery schedule, it's the highest priority. Well, have I got something for you, buddy, old pal? Give him the letter. Dude, can you not go faster? Watch, y'all put me on timeout. Y'all got no maidens. I did not put you on timeout. Michael put you on timeout. That's not what I intended, but it is just a reminder that my channel is family, and chat is family friendly. Because, and I will tell you part of the reason why. Part of it is just because I try to be as wholesome as possible, but there was one time, basically Dad, his little boy is 4, and he stole his phone and he brought up my stream and watched the entire stream. 4 years old. So I was like, go buy some milk. So I was like, dude, okay, this just goes to show you, well, I need more rupees because that milk is like $200. Should I slow time down? I'm gonna slow time down. Yes? No. Yes? Here, have a letter to distract you for 5 minutes while the moon crashes into the planet. Boom! So anyway, basically Dad's 4-year-old watched the entire stream, and he wrote me a message on Discord later, and he said, I just want to thank you for being the type of streamer that I didn't have to worry about him watching the stream at all. Like, I saw what he was doing, and I was just like, he'll be fine. So that's another reason why. I'm gonna slow time down. Because I'm starting to really, really stress a lot. A lot. You're lucky Susie likes you. What am I doing? Okay. because I am scared. Go eat some spanaki to get strong, to get maidens. I need maidens. I need 200 rupees is what I need. 200. I do. How many do I need? I can't do math in my head. 124. So that's like 100. No, I need like 146. What? If it's the cause of bad rumors. What? Oh, I missed what he said. Right? 146 should give me... No. Not 146. Wait, yes. I'm terrible at math in my head. 146? No, 166. Sorry. Right? No, 66. Oh my gosh. Oh, 4 rupee service charge. Oh, crap. Dang it. Well, now I need 10. I cannot do math on the spot. I cannot believe I was not prepared for this fight. I'm so mad. I guess I could go into it with... If I... Is that an Elden? Save state on 1 or 3. Okay. Yes. Okay, suspend point here. So if I get milk, can I... Okay, serious question. Can I fight Skull Kid without arrows? The nerve. Charging withdrawal fees up to the bitter end. I know. It's only 4 rupees, but I guess I paid 8 because I had to do it. Yes, I can. I cannot believe... Boo. I can't believe I didn't do it the other night because I completely forgot. Beans. Okay. Where's the milk bar? Don't you have arrows? I thought you had a full stack. Not right now. I do because I got some. Oh my gosh. I am prepared. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. I'll go get some milk. I wish I had some fairies, but I just don't really have the time to go grab any fairies. Whoops. Sorry. Why is it ringing? Why are these people in the milk bar? Why are you not running? Oh, my goodness. Okay, yes. Whoa, wait a minute. What's happening with Anyu and Cafe? When does that all go down? Have a drink. Chateau. Wow, that is quite the price jump from regular milk, which is 20 rupees, to Chateau, that is 200. That is quite... 2 swigs per milk? Oh, that's good. Okay, that is good. Go to Anyu's room. Okay, talk to the postman after he leaves, then talk to Anyu. When does the postman leave? Oh, this is so stressful. It's almost time. Just go to Anju. Anyu. You know what I mean. Postman's like, I'm gonna go out having a drink of milk. Oh yeah. Am I supposed to wear this mask again, or does she know who I am at this point? I've decided to wait for him. I've made my promise. I'm fine with this. I believe him. Oh, the postman was talking to her mom. His mom. Her mom. Okay. Oh, hello. Thanks. Sorry, I just took your money. Am I supposed to just hang out here? Just wait in her room? I'll say, my gosh. I want to see these two reunited. And then I'm going to have to run an ad, and I'm going to have to pee, and then we will beat this game. And I'm sure I will have lots of questions. Gosh, when does he get here? Cafe. Dude. I did. I stole her dowry, basically. Sorry about that. My bad. My bad. This is a good look. I look like I'm from like Downton Abbey or something. I guess time is slowed. Should I put it back to regular time? I don't know what time I'm waiting for. Dowries are hilarious. It doesn't make a big difference. What time is he supposed to get here? It's 3? Wait a minute. If it's 3, I've already missed my chance. With 1 hour left? That's terrible. I hate that so much. Do I just play the regular song again? No. No. I go back. No, 9. No, 9. The story is worth it. I'm trusting you guys. Don't lead me astray. Don't do it. Oh, that thing freaks me out every time I see it. I think it's an actual person standing there. Ah. Okay, it's 4. So he's going to show up at 5. So could I go to the clock tower at any point right now? I should probably create a save state. Yeah. With the atmosphere and all, it's one of the most touching things in a Zelda game. As long as it's before 6 a.m. Yes. Okay. I am so nervous. Oh my gosh. They really do cut this close. My word. What is happening? What? Oh. What is that mask? Is that the sun mask? No. I have met you before. What a familiar scent. Long, long ago. Yes, we were still young. We made a promise, didn't we? The masks of the sun and the moon. Got it. We were to exchange them on the day of the Carnival of Time. On you. I'm sorry I was late. Welcome home. Oh. That's really sweet. Even though he's a child. Hee. They're lovers, but they look like a mother and child. Thanks, Tattle. Let us exchange the promised masks. Let's do. Is he going to turn it into a snack? Because the picture I saw. We have exchanged our oaths and have become a couple. You are our witnesses. Oh, that's right. I have a fairy. I was like, wait a minute. What? All of us. All of you. Please accept this mask. Oh, and they're doing this on the night that the moon is falling. Like, it doesn't matter. It's filled with their love. Please take refuge. We are fine here. We shall greet the morning together. A happy mask. So wait a minute. He's not going to turn back into an adult? Oh, no, he can't because of Skull Kid. Okay, well, I gotta pee first. That's right, he's under the spell. Okay, I'm gonna run an ad while I run to the bathroom. Ah. Whew, some exfoliation. Well, I know, but it's paused. Everything's fine. I will go to the clock tower after I pee. Right? Time is not going right now. Time does not go when you are paused. Right? Yes. Right. Okay. All right. Now I'm nervous. Okay. I'm going to run an ad. I'm going to run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Let's just hug. Hug it out. Let's dance. Oh, got a mustache falling off. Okay. Well, it's even later than it was last time I did this, but I can stay up later tonight. Okay, bunny ears, let's do this. Oh, man. Where's the clock tower? Oh, there's a postman. What, how do I... No, no, no! Oh my gosh. This way. Oh my gosh. Rush! I'm rushing. Take that. Okay. All right. Yes, we watched this last time. Take a look at the stuff. Items, songs, masks to see what can help you win. Okay. That's it. That is it. Well, whatever. What's your problem, Skull Kid? Like, what is your problem? Yeah, you've got major issues, man. Oh yeah, that's right. Alex is like, no, nothing, no spoilers. I think I like the idea of the... Whoa, wait a minute. But I can't change masks. Oh, I guess I'll use arrows then. I'm not allowed to change masks, though. If you can't beat Skull... If you can... Okay, well, it doesn't matter. Whatever. What? Okay, now I am mega confused because I can't change masks. How am I supposed to beat him if I can't change masks? What else do I have? Am I supposed to play the Song of Healing? I am mega confused. If I can't use masks... Unless I am supposed to use a certain mask, but I... don't know what that would be. I can't even take off the bunny ears. Try playing the Song of Hurting. Seriously. If you... Okay. Arrows? What about, like... ice arrows? No. You know what? I'll bet you're not even supposed to kill him within that 5-minute time limit. I'll bet you just have to let it run out because that's how this game works. They make you think you have to do something and then you actually don't have to do that thing. Well, the only things I can shoot at him are arrows. Which is stupid that those don't work. I'm gonna throw milk at you. A bomb. Take that. Boo. Okay. I am utterly confused. And Tattle's not giving me anything. I mean, she's Z-targeting him, but she's not giving me any sort of information. I legitimately don't have anything else that will work unless I'm supposed to use one of these masks, but oh, I can't take that one off. But I doubt it, since all these are technically optional. I'm crying. Just kidding. I am so confused. I have never been faced with a final boss that I legitimately just have literally no way of hitting. Alex is like, no. Can I wear these? No. Only if she fails the first time. What? Okay, so I can't use those. I know. I'll take a picture of you. Ah. It's good. It's good. Yep. That's a terrible... Okay. Okay, you guys said I can... You guys said I could beat him without arrows, which means I should be able to rely on my masks and stuff, but I can't even change masks. All I've got is my ocarina. Okay, wait. Reset time. Warp. Healing. Woodfall. Lullaby. Horse. Bossa Nova. Shell Twin. What happens if you play the Song of Time? I assume you can just reset. Maybe. No! Well, when you hit him with the hook shot, he says, that won't work against me, but he doesn't say that for anything else. How did you guys figure this out? As kids, I am so confused. I am confusion. I don't have anything else I can use. Except a Deku Nut. I have one. The fairy. No. I am so confused. I have never, ever come across a boss that I legitimately cannot hit, period. I feel like it has to do with the song, but I don't have any where to go. Yeah, okay. What if I slow time down? That'll just make the timer slower, maybe, if it even works. Dang it! I legit don't know how to hit you, my dude. I'm supposed to call the giants, but they didn't ever give me a song to play. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to call the giants to come help me, but I don't know how to do that because they didn't give me a song. Unless they did, and I'm not paying attention. Was I just supposed to listen to it and, like, just pick it up because they were singing it to me? I mean, they give you pots with magic in them, so I assume you're supposed to do something to hit him that uses magic, but I am at a complete loss. The only thing I can think of to do is either play a song or hit him with arrows, but I can't. That is exactly how I feel. Ah! And it's already 10:30. Ah, I'm so annoyed. Okay. I legit have no idea. They did not give me a song. Unless the very first, what was it? Hold on. The Sonata of, like, Awakening or something like that? I don't know what that means. What is the... No, Song of Time. What is the Song of Awakening? What is... No, Song of Awakening. Oh, Sonata of Awakening. That's, like, that's a, well... What is that one? Up, left... Oh, I put that as woodfall. Okay. That's not gonna do anything either. That's just the freaking woodfall place. You say I'm not supposed to give up, but I legitimately have no other options. I'm supposed to call the giants, and I have no way to call them. Or whatever those things are. Those gigantic things. I guess I'm just gonna let time run out. I'm just gonna die. Just gonna die. What? I don't understand. I can't use masks. I'm looking at my notes. I'm looking at my songs and I don't know what to play. I can make a twin. He cheered 1. Yay! It's gonna give me a twin. No, it doesn't even happen. I did make a save state. Yes. I'm certainly not gonna make one now. 18 seconds? Like, none of my songs work? I am so confused. I don't understand. I wasn't ever taught a song for the Legman. Apparently the moon's gonna fall on everybody. Thanks for the bit. Oh my gosh. This is terrible. You have 10 songs you could have played. I'm confused. The lullaby. I guess some of the songs just didn't make sense to me. Like the lullaby didn't really make sense because if the if the Elegy of Emptiness didn't work, I didn't think the lullaby would work. I guess I didn't play every single song. I only have 8. No. Do I have 10 songs? Oh, you freaking guy. So we start over. Go drink spanking clock, you Quakers. Okay, wait just a second. So if I go back to this suspend point and I'm looking at my songs, Song of Storms, Song of Soaring, Epona's Song, Song of Healing. Did I not try the Song of Healing? I swear I tried it. Goron Lullaby, New Wave Bossa Nova, Elegy of Emptiness didn't work. Oath to Order? What is the Oath to Order? I don't even remember. That was the dumbest 5 minutes of my life. Okay. One Oath to Order. Okay. We're going to try this again. I know which way to go this time. Obviously, I'm supposed to play a song. Did I not try the healing song? I thought I did. I swear I tried it. What is Oath to Order? I don't even remember what that one is about. Oath to Order. I failed. Thanks for the bits, Alcandros. I appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, apparently. I guess I should have played every single song, but I was like, I knew it had to do with some sort of song, but for some reason, I thought I tried the Song of Healing, but... How do I not have a song to stop time? I should have a song to stop time. I guess... Okay. Okay. Healing. I thought I tried... I did try this one, and it didn't work! Because I remember the hearts. Okay, what's this oath to order? Whatever the heck that one is. Okay, wait. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Do I have that written down somewhere? No, right? No, I don't have that one written down anywhere. That's probably why I didn't think to use it, because I don't remember what oath to order even means. I don't remember where I learned it. I don't remember. Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. Did they teach me that? Like, in the Okay. That was like the one song I didn't have written down in front of me. Oh, they're coming, my dude. They are coming. I learned it after beating the first temple? Gosh, I don't even remember. I don't remember that at all. Who taught it to me? Oh. Wow, he's huge. What is happening? The first giant. Oh. Okay, so they did teach me a song. Wow, I just couldn't remember. I was like, they didn't teach me a song. Yes, they did. I'm an idiot. Okay. Are they literally pushing the moon back? They are struggling. These freaking guys. What? That's the power of Legman. Yes, I know. Well, that's kind of what I thought. I was like, music? I thought I had to play a song, and I thought I did not have... Okay, that can't be it. There has to be a final boss. Good, we made it in time. The Giant's Call worked on the Skull Kid. Okay, I had just completely forgotten they taught me a song. Wow. Don't be so hard on the Skull Kid. Yes, you should be. You should be that hard. Aren't you mad at him for hitting you so much? My mind was blown when I first saw this as a kid. Oh, I bet. My mind would have been blown as well. That is not the same as a lonely child. We can't allow that. The power of the mask made him do it. It was too much for the Skull Kid to handle. Well, that means you shouldn't steal things. And no strength of heart? He's a fool. He had far too many weaknesses to use my power. What? puppet that can no longer be... What? Oh, okay, the mask. I was like, I'm confused. This puppet's role has just ended. Is Skull Kid dead? Then that moon... We're going up into the moon, y'all. This is so creepy. What? Are we fighting the moon? Oh, man. I'm gonna fight the moon as a giant. No! What? We can't go back? Are you kidding? It's all just gonna happen again. This is so wild. I can't, Yeah, it's like, you can't just live your whole life repeating the same 3 days every single time. What a terrible life. Okay. You guys are really stupid. Whoa, okay. I guess we're not fighting the moon, per se, really? I don't know. But... where are we? We are not inside a moon, I can tell you that. There's a butterfly. Who are these people? What is going on? Oh, they're all wearing Majora's masks. What? Will you play with me? Yes. You have only weak masks. Well, shall we go? I don't understand. I don't understand anything that's happening. Do not tell me this is a boss rush and I have to do all these bosses again. Okay. Nope. Okay. Here's your boss fight. Remember your battles. When something resistant would deflect your weapons, what was its backside usually like? There were other things you could have done with the other kids, but this is the way forward. Yeah, I feel kind of bad I didn't talk to the other kids, but he was the one that was sitting alone, so I thought, when something resistant would deflect your weapons, what was its backside usually like? Well, usually I could like take its mask away. No, I hit it on the back side. Okay. Remember your battles. This is what you get for not getting all the masks. Nah. But wait, all the masks wouldn't have helped me anyway, because most of them were optional. When something deflected you? I assume she's talking about a mask. There's a bonus dungeon. Bonus dungeons. Can I be a giant? No. That's not what I meant to do. Nope. You would get the final mask, which can also change your form. I noticed there was another spot there. I mean, I can still do this battle, though, can't I? Wow, that is definitely not what I expected in as a boss. Nope, no. Look at my masks again. I mean, I have a bomb mask that I could blow up as it comes at me. I don't know. I don't know if that's what I'm supposed to do. Oh, I'm supposed to take my rabbit ears off. That's for sure. Might as well try it. If it's gonna come to me. Woo! Nice. Oh, no! Crap! I didn't have my... Oh, I gotta take it off? I have to take it off to use my sword. Okay. Good, good, good. I don't know if I did that right, but okay. I'll take it. Except it does take my life down, which sucks, but... Are you gonna... Crap. Oh, crap. I didn't mean to do that. Dang it. Ah! Do you ever figure out the bomb mask trick? If you put it on and hold the shield out, you've got infinite bombs that won't hurt you. Oh, that is fancy. Oh, come on. What? I pushed the button. That is the wrong button. I did not figure out the bomb trick. I don't know if I'm doing this right, but I can't, it won't work. They might have fixed it. Yeah, it won't work. It won't let you do it. It won't let you do it now. Oh, dang it. That's because I'm not wearing it. I am smart. Just realized that. I got this. I'm gonna beat this, guys. Oh, I pushed it again and it still didn't work. Okay, we're gonna try it one more time. And if it doesn't work, I think they fixed it. Yeah, they fixed it. You can't do that anymore. Apparently. Now my life is like half down. Cool. Way to go. Oh. Dang it! I gotta be doing this wrong. Unless I'm not. I don't know. Are you really supposed to take your own life so you can hit that thing? That seems kind of crazy. Remember my battles. What did I... Okay. Oh, come on. Okay, cool. So I got one hit in, and my life is like all the way down. Oh! Look at that. Oh, no. Oh, no! Oh, they're all coming at me. I hate this fight. I really do not like this fight. Okay, I'm gonna drink some milk because I need the life. I created a save. Oh, I should have created a save. What is it? Can I shoot those things with arrows? Oh! I gotcha. Oh, did they just constantly come after you? That's not what I meant, but okay. Crap. Can I aim at you? Yes. Getcha. Oh! Dang it! Okay, note to self. Don't be quite so far away. Okay, but wait. Can I, if I hit those things... Come on, quick! Oh, am I not supposed to get over there and hit him? I guess not. Okay. Oh! Okay. This is the weirdest boss fight. Super weird. Dang it. Oh, did it not? Oh, I only got one swig? Oh, crap. I thought I got two. J-Hops. How? I don't understand how you're supposed to hit him. Okay. Oh, come on. Dang. Joystick, don't fail me now. Oh, can you kill those masks? I think I just burned it. Oh, I did kill them. I killed them all. Oh my gosh, I didn't think you could kill them. I thought they just kept coming. Okay. Dang it. Z targeting doesn't help you when you're trying to aim at him. You have to just... Okay, but wait. Oh, he's like a... Okay. What? What? What are... Oh my gosh. What the heck are you? I'm gonna try to shoot you with an arrow. When you fought things that ran around, didn't you battle them using your own body? Okay. I don't think bomb arrows are a thing in this game. So does that mean that his first form I was supposed to use some sort of mask? But what was I supposed to use? Oh. What are you? What in tarnation? He's like moonwalking away from me. How are you supposed to hit him? Oh, I got him. Seriously, he is doing that little Russian dance. You just have to kind of like try to hit him and just hope for the best. Because there's no way to aim. Oh, that's not what I meant to do, but okay. Oh, come on. This is so wild. I hate that you have to take your mask off every time you want to use your sword. That's really obnoxious. So he's gonna go through every single form that you fought regarding with bosses. What was the first boss I fought? I thought it was that goat, wasn't it? Oh. Oh, heh, take that. Yeah, that's right. Oh, what? Why are you all the way over there? Doesn't make any sense. Crap. This is so wild. I hope I'm doing this right. Am I doing this right? Am I... If you didn't have unlimited magic, this strat would be impossible. That's true. Oh, come on. Ah! Just wait for him to come to me? Oh, come on. Where is he? Oh, okay. Well, there's a move. I can't even, like, Z-target him. This is wild. I could hit him before. Okay. Is that not what you're supposed to do? When I was fighting things that were really fast, she says. That camera angle was better. Ooh. There's no way. This is terrible. Because I can't build up speed. I can't get speed. Something was really fast. This is gonna take forever. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is gonna take forever. This is so dumb. Can I slow him down with... Oh, you can't even attack. Oh, thank you. You can't even attack while you're holding your... I'm gonna go hit this pot. See if it has life for me. It doesn't. It just has magic. Oh, that got him. I don't know if I'm... Oh, okay. Dude looks like a Happy Meal toy that's been possessed. He does indeed. I have half a heart left. There's no way I'm gonna make it through this fight. Dang it. I wish I had... Okay. When you had the chance before an enemy was about to attack, didn't you usually try shooting it? Why, yes, I did. Oh my gosh. Ah! Sounds like a teenage girl. It seriously sounds like a teenage girl. Maybe it is. I don't know. I got a quarter of a heart. There's no way. Maybe I'll get lucky. Huh? No. Gotta get you with my gilded sword. This is bananas insane. It is a girl. It's totally a girl. Okay, so what happens when I die and I start over? Where do I start? Do I just start in this room or do I oh. Okay, but I only have 3 hearts. Is there some place I can go to... I did get unlimited magic from the milk. Sorry if I missed that earlier. I'm so confused on what's going on. Do they give you like a way to like replenish your life if you're... Like if you talk to these other kids... Nice weather, isn't it? Masks. You have a lot. You too. Will you be a mask salesman? These are like... What? Can they be turned into fairies? I don't know if I have any Oh, I think I do have a Deku stick. I'm supposed to give him a mask? What? I'll give you the frog mask. Here you go. More? No. You won't play. No, I will not. And he took my frog mask. Okay, cool. How? Who? No, I don't have any Deku sticks. Dang it. So they don't give you any way to replenish your life. Even though they start you after the battle, they start you with 3 hearts. That seems really cruel. I mean, that's not me being a weenie gamer. That just seems really cruel. Like, why wouldn't they give you a way to replenish your hearts? There's no way. If you give up the masks, you can go through a stage where you can get heart pieces. It is 11 o'clock. I'm actually... Oh, what? You're wearing that. Are you the same one? I can't tell. Which one are you? They're all wearing the masks. I'm so confused. The problem is, if I start at my my save point, I have to go through that whole cutscene with the giants and all that stuff again. So I have to give them all my masks. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I can't go that long tonight. I've already gone a half hour past when I was supposed to. Or when I normally do. Oh my gosh. Ugh. So if I give them all my masks, they give me a place where they give me a place where I can get heart pieces. When was the last save? Can you just play the Oath to Legman and be back with full hearts? It was right before I went into the tower. So yeah, I would have to play the Oath and then we'd have to go through all that again and everything. It would just be a long cutscene. JK, you're always cool. I'm confused on the first form of this boss. I'm confused on how I'm supposed to hurt it because it said when something is... What did she say? When something is, what, like defends itself against your attacks, what do you do from behind? But I was just gonna say, I bet it's probably the Zora, isn't it? Because you can like bring, okay. All right, that actually makes sense. Do I give him all my masks? I don't like you. What? Oh. This is gonna give me... Are there gonna be enemies down here? No. There's gonna be hearts. Hopefully. No! Just Gotta be kidding. Oh. Hearts. 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 Okay, well, I have unlimited magic, so I'm gonna try and do this again. Oh, spin attack. That is true. I forgot about the spin attack. And I start all the way back here. Oh, okay. Makes perfect sense. So I'm going to put those 3 masks, because I assume that's what I'm supposed to use. Oh, and then the last one was the Giant's mask. So, yeah, I was thinking that too. Save state on 4. I should have saved right after all the legmen came. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Whatever. Okay. Yes. So these are all of the like kid versions of that mask salesman that was like, I need that Majora's mask. What? I hope I get answers. I really hope I get answers. Maybe I won't get answers. I really wish you could also, like, pass these, save these cutscenes. That would be nice. So you can kill those masks. Okay, that's good to know. Well, this time I'm not going to blow myself up, okay, with bombs. Definitely not going to blow myself up. Okay. Oh, yeah. That is better. Yeah. Oh, dang. Okay. I'm not, oh, crap. I'm not saying this is gonna be easy, but hopefully this will be a better time. I just don't understand why I have to keep taking masks on and off to use my sword. Oh. Well, and if you can hit enough times with the gilded sword, hopefully. Okay. Okay. Who? How many? Oh, I only have 13 arrows. Oh, I need to save those. Okay. Can I still hit him with the Zora things? I bet I can. I guess I should have that up just in case. Oh. Yeah. Like that. Can I hook shot those? Maybe? Well, that just takes too long, and I just sit there. Oh, you can just Z-target him. I am an idiot. Oh, crap. I need to get rid of those masks. They're just gonna... Maybe I can use that to get rid of those masks. Oh, dang it. You took out the other masks with the light last time. Yes. Just like that. Help me out, Majora's mask. Oh, awesome. That's helpful. I do find it odd that they never give you hearts in these boss battles, like ever. You'd think, like, they usually do in Zelda fights, don't they? At least a couple. I just find it very strange that they don't give you any hearts. My aiming is terrible. Dang. Okay. Oh, if this joystick would work. I mean, it does work, but the aiming is terrible. It's so bad. Give me Good angle. Dang. Nope, that didn't work. I cannot Z-target you and also aim. Oh, oh. Okay, yes. Okay. Just you. Just you. Like, those should give you hearts. I'm, like, right back where I started. I was doing really well in the beginning, and then I'm, like, right back where I started. Dang it! Ugh! I am not going to be able to beat this game tonight. I have to stop. I've got to stop. I can't stay up until 1 a.m. Okay. Can you... Oh, that's right. This is the first one. But you can hit this with arrows, so that is helpful. You just have to make sure it is. Whoops. Okay, okay. I gotta focus in on you. No! Ugh! Oh. Maybe that would work. I don't know. Ow. I'm not cursed, am I? Okay. Oh, come on! I was gonna say, that should have hit it. Every single time you take down a boss, it should give you life. Oh, it was like menacingly moonwalking at me. Let's dance aggressively toward me. Okay. I hate bosses that have like 6 phases. It's really obnoxious. Okay, yep, there you are. I am not in any better shape than I was the last time I did this. I have so many issues with this fight, and I have so many issues with this game. If I can be 100% honest, this game is so unforgiving. Oh, I'm so frustrated. This game is stupid. I hate it. What the heck, man? I know, I'm so close, but... It's 11 o'clock at night.
Sucks.
It's 11 o'clock at night, which is a half hour later than I usually stream. I have no way to recover my hearts because I've already given up a bunch of masks. I have no way to recover my hearts, and I have no way to get any fairies, and I have no way to get any sort of milk or anything like that. And they start you off with 3 hearts. This is such a dumb fight. Ugh. I don't even know what to do at this point. Like, I feel like it's stupid to sign off now because you're not the one I gave other masks to. Will the other one that I gave masks to, will he like just take me straight to that place because I gave him masks? Where is he? Oh, I went straight for the Majora's mask. I didn't realize I did that the first time. Yes. Oh. Nice. I was gonna say, maybe because I already gave him hearts, that makes it better. Kind of. What's that door? Where does that door lead? So there's no way to get any fairies. I'm scared to go in that door. I don't want to go in that door because this seems like a dungeon and I'm scared. Mini games? Yeah, no. Definitely not. Okay. We're going to try this one more time. If I can't beat this tonight, I'm going to have to sign off because there is a point where I've got to sign off because now I'm not going to be able to fall asleep until like 1 a.m. and that's going to kick my butt tomorrow morning when Auden gets up. If you had all the masks completed, all mini games, you'd get an Uber mask. Well, that's great, but I can't do that right now. I do have only weak masks. I am weak. I was not cut out for this fight. Hopefully those pots give me arrows again. I don't know how you guys did this as like small children. This game is so unforgiving. You had to start over every time? I can't even imagine. This boss is bonkers. At least I'm not timed. Could be worse. Let's call it what it is. Let's tell it like it is. Whoops. Ah, dang it. Okay. Trying not to be salty. Okay, well, that's fine. At least I don't have to take my mask off. I do have to take my mask off to hit him with the sword, but... Dang it. That could have been avoided. I guess I will take that off because... my gilded sword. That's true. That makes sense. N64 controllers, yeah. There's gonna be an ad in like 5 minutes. 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay, where are you? Woo! It's close. Which one do I go for? Oh, I hate that I can't aim very well. That sucks. I do not get really frustrated and angry very often on stream. This fight has me pretty raging inside. I'm pretty mad. I'm mostly mad because of time. I wish I hadn't done that on you side quest. I wish I would have just gone straight into this, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. I had no way of knowing, so. I hate that I can't aim. Thank you. At least that protects me. Thank you for that, or it doesn't. I'm gonna be in the same position. Oh, that was helpful. I was gonna say, can I hit him with my Zora boomerangs? I think I can, but I have to. Can I hit those with the Zora boomerangs? I bet I can. Now that I think about it. I don't know how this protects me from behind, but... The problem is... I rushed to the clock tower because I was at the very end because I did that Anu side quest. So I rushed to the clock tower and I did not prep. I didn't get any fairies. I didn't get any potions. I didn't get anything. I got the milk. I'm in the same position. I am just screwed. I guess I did quit in the middle of a boss last time, didn't I? Whoa, what? What just happened? Why did that not kill me? I am really confused now. That, like, started the fight over. Oh, Cage, I'm so mad. I hate this fight, and I hate the fact that it's it's almost 11:30 at night, and I haven't done this yet. I have no potions, no fairies. Zoras cannot deal with fire. I'd rather have that happen than, like... I'd rather have that happen than die. But like I said, the question is, can I hit those things? I can. I can hit them with my... Right? Ah! No, 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 no! Dang it. Now the stream can really start. The problem is, I get into this situation where it's not even worth me... I have to stop. I have to stop because now I'm just really angry. I'm angry at the whole situation. I'm angry with how unprepared I am. I'm angry with how much time there was. I'm just done. I cannot do this fight tonight. I'm so frustrated that I am so close and I can't do it because I want to be done. I just want to be done with the game. I want to get started on my Lego set and I want to be done, but I can't be done because I'm so close and I still can't be done even though it's 11:15 at night. I'm so frustrated. And I know I'll feel better after I sleep, but I'm not going to sleep for like an hour because I'm so mad. Ugh. I think the biggest frustration is the fact that they just leave you so ill-prepared. I mean, they do, but they don't. Like, I understand that if you do all the mini games and if you do all the things, then you get this super cool mask. I don't want to do the side quests. I don't want to do the mini games. I don't love this game enough to want to do all of that. So I'm just kind of like, whatever, I'll do this as much as I have to. And I got to the very end. I just feel stupid. I feel so dumb because I feel like I'm so close and I can't even do it because I have a baby that wakes up early in the morning, or else I would stay up streaming till like 2. What I should have done in the beginning is right after I finished that side quest with Cafe and Anyu, I should have just restarted time and I should have prepped. And deep inside, I was thinking, you should really like take the time to go get some fairies, go get some potions, something, because this is the final boss of the game. Of course, it's not going to be easy, right? And then I was thinking to myself, no, you know, it'll be fine. But I certainly didn't expect them to not give you any way to like bolster. Like, I feel like this is the only Zelda game I've ever played that hasn't given you, like, a fairy before a boss or hasn't given you any hearts during a fight or anything. I'm actually really surprised. I feel like maybe I will do a bonus stream tomorrow. You know what? That's what I'll do. I'll do a bonus stream tomorrow because... So the reason I haven't actually added a Wednesday stream, I just realized the reason I haven't added a Wednesday stream is because every other week, Charlotte actually has something called... they're these primary activities and they happen at 7 p.m. and she has to go to the church for them. My mother-in-law is one of the people in charge. And so she goes to these activities, but it's every other Wednesday night. And so I actually considered adding a Wednesday night stream just because like I don't do anything in my evenings. I'm done with my cross stitch, right? Like I don't do anything in my evenings. So I thought, well, why not? I could stream on Wednesday nights too. But she doesn't get home until like 8:30. So I can't be streaming when she gets home because she's like wired when she gets home and we still have to do like the whole bedtime routine and everything. And so I also feel like it would be really confusing to be like, well, I stream every other Wednesday. I need a schedule I can be consistent with. So Wednesday night will probably not happen. But she is sick. She's not going to the activity tomorrow night. Ander is home tomorrow night and well, no, that's not true. He has bishopric meeting. So he'll be at bishopric meeting. So so he goes to the church building as well. If he's not working, he goes to the church building as well. But since I know she's not going to be at the activity tomorrow night, and I know I'm going to be here, I will do a bonus stream tomorrow night, and I will finish this game. And I will go back to my save point. I will go back to my suspend, and I will get prepped. I will get fairies. I will get potions, whatever I can find, and I will stock up on things, and then I will not be so frustrated. I think part of the reason I was so frustrated tonight was because I felt like I was on a time limit because I did that side quest that took me quite a while, and then I didn't feel like I had time to prep, and I was trying to hurry and finish, and it just wasn't meant to be. It's one of the darker Zelda games, so it's not surprising that it's more brutal in these ways too. I guess that makes sense, but I was just really unprepared for the brutality. I just did not expect them to literally not help you out at all. And I don't say this as being a weenie gamer. I say this because I've played almost every other Zelda game, and almost every other Zelda game has done that. So that's what I expected. So for this game not to do that, that was a blow. And I should have known because none of the boss fights have done that. I'll have to finish it tomorrow night because at this point I'm too angry and too mad, and I feel the same way that I felt about that dumb fish. to a point where like my gameplay now sucks because I'm just mad. Okay. I will be back for a bonus stream. I will announce it on the Discord, but I will be back for a bonus stream tomorrow night at 7:30. I think. Yes. It'll either be 7:30 or it'll be 8-ish. It'll kind of sort of depend because Charlotte, it depends on how Charlotte feels, because I don't necessarily want to just less than rage. I don't want to just, I don't want to, because the reason my Tuesday night and Sunday nights work is because I know she's like going to bed, but because she's slept on and off and because her sleep schedule is so whacked out, I don't feel like I can just like, I can just be like, okay, it's room time now. Like we're totally off our schedule. And so I don't feel like I can just be like, all right, well, it's room time. And then it'll be lights out in 45 minutes and I'll come in and just say, okay, good night. It kind of depends, but maybe I'll do kind of a later stream, start at like 8 or 8:30 or something. Because if I'm just doing this, that will give me enough time to just do this. And I won't, like, I don't mind streaming late, but it's pushing it at this point. And I do have to like, now that I'm so frustrated, I do have to like settle myself. I'm probably not going to fall asleep for a while, but if I keep streaming, I'm not going to fall asleep even later. So I don't mean to be angry and mad. I understand this, 8 would be good. Survivor is on Wednesdays at 7. It'll probably be closer to 8, honestly, because I have to get Charlotte kind of situated. I will keep everybody posted on the Discord for like stream time. I understand and I fully respect that this game is close to some of y'all's hearts. It is not close to mine. I don't really like this game and I have not had a super great time playing it. However, I am grateful I've experienced it and it has given me some wacky experiences and some great reactions. And I have had a good time. I would not be playing this game if it weren't for you guys. I would have quit a long time ago. So that is some of my frustration coming out, is I'm like, I'm not even as into the game, but I respect those of you who are, and that's totally fine. I don't judge. That's fine. Everybody can love whatever games they love. This game does not. It's not really for me, but I'm so close to the end. I have to finish it. So I will come back tomorrow night. I'll keep the Discord posted on what time. It really kind of depends on how Charlotte feels tomorrow. The doctor gave her a note until tomorrow. So technically she should be going back to school on Thursday, but it all just depends on how she feels because she missed that dose of antibiotics this morning. So I may have to call the doctor and ask for one more day. I don't know. But it will probably be closer to 8:30, something like that, because I need to make sure she's kind of settled and not asleep, but But anyway, thanks for putting up with my frustration. I'm sorry. I totally lost it there for a minute. I think that's the first time I've ever done that on stream, although I guess I did kind of lose it with that fish, but I don't feel like I lost it as much as I did right now. I had plans. Like I had it all in my head. I was like, I'm going to finish the game tonight and I'm going to start my Lego set on Thursday. And I'm so excited and it's going to be awesome. That's another reason. If I didn't have that waiting for me, I probably wouldn't be so frustrated. But because I have something that I'm like really looking forward to doing, I'm extra frustrated because I'm like, this just keeps getting dragged on. Go chill, man. Read or something. I don't know what I'm going to do because I don't really have anything to like calm me down. Maybe I should go take a sleeping pill. I can make it up to you guys in compliments. Well, that being said, I'll come back tomorrow night, but as always, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight, putting up with my frustration and my anger. I also am frustrated that I completely forgot about that song that they taught me at the very beginning. I knew it had to be a song, and I had completely forgotten that song. That was the one song I didn't write down on my notes. That was the one song. Yeah, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, I had all 9. I had 9 songs written down, and the Oath to Order was the one that I did not have written down. So, I mean, I was looking at it on the screen, but anyway. Okay, so I appreciate you guys being here and putting up with my insanity. I apologize for losing my temper slightly on stream. I'm not proud of that. Not proud of that moment. Could have been worse, but anyway, so I'm going to sign off. I'm going to go and try and like calm myself down, go like drink some hot chocolate or something. I need something that is going to like simmer down. But I do love you all. And I completely respect that some of you love this game and some of you are team Majora's Mask and some of you are team Ocarina of Time. I am most definitely team Ocarina of Time, but I'm so close that I'm obviously going to finish the game. So hopefully with all of your prayers to Kalulu, I can finish it tomorrow night. That was a good idea, Michael. It was a really good idea. But since I know she's not going to that activity tomorrow night, I can make that happen. So, and Ander, I don't know. It kind of depends on when Ander gets home. Ander might get home around, yeah, the stream will probably start around 8 or 8:30, but I'll keep everybody posted. So everybody enjoy the rest of your evening, morning, wherever you are. And I'm going to go try and calm down. I just feel like such a nut that I got so angry, but too many things working against me over a really, and this also came on the heels of a really super crappy weekend. So I feel like everything's just piled all on top of me, and some of my frustration coming out doesn't have to do with the game at all. So everybody have a really good night. I'm going to give you your channel points back for banning giving up, Michael, because I didn't give up. Or maybe I should have, anyway, whatever. It's okay, my dude. You don't have to explain it. Some mans is just Majora Mask mans. I know J-Hops loves it. Michael loves it. I think Alex loves it. Alex knows like everything. Some mans are just Majora's Mask mans. Definitely not me. So everybody enjoy the rest of your night. And I am going to go take a couple deep breaths and I'm going to calm down. And I will see all of you guys tomorrow night where we will finally beat this game. Okay. All right. I love you all. Good night.